my goodness. A little extra juice on those drums tonight. Man, if what I'm hearing is factual information, oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I knew I made it already. Oh, man, I think we're at the tippity top of the IWC Most Wanted list. I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, everything that I've been preaching to the choir, everything, it shows like this that prove that I am right every step of the way. Every criticism, every complaint, justified. Absolutely justified after a show like this. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, get ready for some more harsh truths. I'm going to the venue. There's no sweat off my back. If you don't like it, tough shit. Serve me an old-fashioned. 3 cherries tonight. When I walk through those doors on this Wednesday night, Tony, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining us on your Wednesday evenings, wherever you may be. And yes, there is a new disclaimer at the beginning of my AEW streams for the stupid fan base. Who's not stupid is my co-host. He's very intelligent. The Chi-Town Smart Jesse is joining me on this Wednesday night. Brother, what's going on?
Good, man. I didn't get to see it. I got to go back. It doesn't play on my end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a disclaimer. Salrex made me a nice disclaimer today.
The following live stream will contain my personal opinion as well as many wrestling fan opinions given on social media platforms. May contain facts that will hurt the stupid fan base in the AEW community. Don't like it, don't watch. Viewer discretion advised.
Oh, man, I love it, man.
Where's the one for WWE, though?
Well, their fan base loves me, man. I'm like a fucking angel to them nowadays.
No, see, if you don't do one for both, then you're a tribalist.
Salrex, get to work, brother. Get to work.
Same thing. Just put AEW/WWE and just keep it just like that. Same thing. You know, every time I post something, how are you guys, by the way, too? And it happened to me tonight. Every time I post anything, if I post anything on Mondays, the WWE fan base says you're an AEW shill. If I post anything on the Wednesdays, the AEW shill say you're a WWE shill. How? If I post nothing, then people complain. How do you win this?
I don't know. You can't, bro. You can't win. It's a losing battle.
How do you play this fucking game?
I don't know. I play it every day. It sucks. It's mentally draining. By the way, listen to this, Jesse. This is unbelievable. This is bombshell information over here, man. Riley Otteson in the chat. I pinned it at the top. Mr. Tony Khan, we got a problem there, brother. Will Washington, we got a problem over there, man. Listen, Riley says, tonight I was actually at the show, and I wore a JD shirt and was asked to take the shirt off or leave. I ended up buying a shirt because I didn't want my friend to lose money. I'll never go to another AEW show again. Oh, my goodness.
Was that posted somewhere?
Yeah, it's pinned in the live stream chat at the top. Riley.
Oh, shit, my bad. Oh, you should have got a picture, bro.
If that is, well, I don't know why he would lie. First of all,
no, I get that part, but you know people are gonna say, "Well, how do we know this is true?"
He said he wore the Dawn of the IWC shirt, basically my YouTube profile picture.
Who exactly said this? Was it? I mean, like in
AEW security supposedly told him to take it off.
What is a security guy, Riley, or was it someone in a production shirt with a production tag, not in security? I'm curious. Who was it exactly that asked you?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Jesse, we made it, brother.
Man.
I think we're on the hit list higher than fucking Cornette nowadays, man. Holy shit.
I don't think I'm getting any more comped tickets from AEW now.
I'll never spend another fucking dime on these people, man. They showed you exactly what they think of you. I'll never go to another fucking show again.
Jesse, stop defending it. Okay, you know what? Tired of this bullshit. Caught me on the wrong day, Chief.
Stop defending what?
Caught me on the wrong day, buddy.
Stop defending what?
Well, I didn't defend shit, so you know what? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. Thomas.
What did I defend?
Well, he didn't need to be blocked. I'm gonna time him out, okay? Put usually in a timeout. Maybe we'll time him out for 30 minutes, all right? There you go. Thomas, I'm sorry, brother. Listen.
Yeah, let's see.
If that is true, I don't know. Listen, man, soft ain't the word, man. Listen, I got to come up with a new word for these people within AEW, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's very petty. Very petty. What did we do? What did we do so wrong, man? Oh, my goodness.
Let's make that timeout longer. Let's make it 24 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
And guess what? He can't undo it.
No, he can't. He can't.
JD can't save you, asshole. And the next time I see you chatting here, Thomas, I'm going to put you down for another 24 hours.
Oh, my goodness, man. We got David Thiering and Ian Thunder with a $100 super chat coming on in. Ian with a 100. He says, this crowd is dead. What the fuck happened to the AEW I knew when I started watching in 2021? Ian, that AEW no longer exists. Sorry to tell you, brother. And David Thiering says, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there needs to be more energy in this venue than there was on Dynamite. It's becoming difficult for me to watch AEW with all these empty seats. JD and Jesse, TK, fix it. Oh, man, look at another round of applause for these guys.
Going to a Twitch.
Bada bing, bada boom. How you doing? David Thiering and Ian Thunder. Thank you guys very much. Listen, David Thiering and Ian Thunder donated to the stream tonight. That's $200 more than AJ Francis will make at his next independent show, man. It's unbelievable.
It
is unbelievable.
You see, and then tomorrow he'll be in my fucking mentions getting mad at me. See?
Oh, man. I got to get my pettiness out of the system, bro.
Only difference is when I see him, I'm not going to change my words. I'm not fucking scared of you, bro.
He ain't going to do shit to you. He ain't going to do anything to you. Listen, we're here to talk Dynamite. Thank you guys very much. Keep that energy going. Get those super chats in. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Jesse, what'd you think of Dynamite tonight, man? Tonight was coming out of last week's show, which was a complete bomb.
Kept saying I'm a robot again.
Yeah, you just look. The quality of the camera is not.
Doing it again.
Is not great.
The start of every StreamYard stream, man.
I don't know. Solid Monster was good to go last night for TNT.
He was.
Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a StreamYard thing. We know that for sure.
Yeah, I'm checking all my stats. Everything's good, man. I don't know what's going on.
Dynamite tonight, guys. This show was, in the best way I could put it, the most simplest way I could put it, this show was a fucking mess. There's a lot of what we're going to talk about tonight that doesn't make any sense, as per usual. That's par for the course with AEW and Tony Khan. But, my God, man, the lack of effort on everything that they're doing right now, and they got 4 weeks till Full Gear. The lack of everything that they're doing right now is so in your face. It is so unbelievably just blatant. It's actually sad to watch. No energy. Once again, crowd reactions were very far and few between. The lights were off, which creates a depressing environment. They can't sell tickets to these shows. I don't know if this is a company that actually gives a shit anymore or if they are just that completely lost and need even more help than anybody could honestly realize. I don't know what's going on, Jesse. What did you think of tonight's show?
You see the Vikings game this week, man?
No, I did not. Who are they playing?
Played Detroit, man. We got screwed. Right?
Oh, yeah. I did see that. Yeah. Sorry.
We got screwed. It's a good game, but we could have won that game.
It's all right. You're going up against a good team. What about Dynamite tonight? What did you think of Dynamite?
Dynamite, man. Because, in the second half, we really had them locked down. Okay, all right, look, man. Okay, look. Dynamite was a show. It was a show tonight. They had wrestlers on it, and they did wrestling things.
And?
Man, I want to be positive, man. I want to be positive. I want to spend.
They did wrestling
week.
things, man. What does that mean, man? What does that pertain? Wrestling things. Wrestling things to us means fucking story. Wrestling things to us mean, hey, man, I'm excited to watch this show. I can't wait for next week, man, because they're telling such great stories, man. What does that mean to you? What's wrestling things?
So I'll say this. Okay, look. It seems to me that they are taking some of our advice because they started this show off.
Oh, are they?
Sorta. They started the show off by having all of the lower end guys on the card all bunched up together and decided that they were going to take care of this Moxley situation. So they all went out in the parking lot and waited for Moxley to show up. So remember, we kind of brought that up. We said, hey, it would be a big deal if more than just the Dark Order was involved in this and there was a big thing and it was a big occasion, and they kind of made it a big deal. They did put all of the lower end guys on the card in the parking lot, and somehow Moxley and the BCC got by all of them. Absolutely all of them. Were they in the arena the whole time? Did they come through the back door? Did they buy a ticket? How did they get in?
Listen, man. I watch this shit and I scratch my head at some of the decisions that bleed through the writer's room onto the script and then whatever falls in Tony Khan's lap. AEW tonight had the fucking, for lack of better word here, the job squad bums. They had their fucking D team in the parking lot consisting of Dork Order, Satnam Singh, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, who I love. I think Jay Lethal's fucking great. I don't even know why the fuck he's out there ruining his reputation with the fucking rest of the job squad out there. Top Flight's out there. There was somebody out there that I never fucking seen on television before. I don't know who the fuck he is.
Bro, let me pause you because I know somebody's going to clip this fucking rant before you get started. I chose different words, okay? I didn't call anyone bums. I didn't call anyone jobbers.
Bro, they're bums.
Oh, see?
They're bums. Man. There's a disclaimer at the beginning of the show, man. We're good.
Oh, man.
They were all jobbers. Exactly what we saw last week when they sent the Dork Order out there and Top Flight fucking reimagining Putties versus Power Rangers on AEW Dynamite, which I still find hilarious because I watched our own clip back about 6 times last week, and it was just fucking funny and funnier every time I watched it. Tony booked these geeks to stand outside for 2 hours and 4 minutes, only for a Jeep to pull up with Marina Shafir getting out of it as they were waiting for the Blackpool Combat Club. By the way, they were standing out there with weapons, nunchucks, kendo sticks, bats, whatever the fuck, whatever they could rummage up from the backstage area. And the Blackpool Combat Club was already in the building. So Tony booked, or whoever booked this show, they booked these guys to wait outside for over 2 hours to look like absolute blithering fucking idiots to not get what they want for the Blackpool Combat Club to just show up in the arena and then lay out Chuck Taylor, who apparently is now a producer for AEW, and send a message to Orange Cassidy. So my question here is, because we always have a bunch of questions, is, Tony, 2 things that you need to take as a priority when you are sitting down with your creative. A, don't make your talent look like a bunch of fucking idiots. Why is pro wrestling, and I know there'll be some geek out there, oh, why don't you just suspend your belief or disbelief, whatever the fuck they say. Why don't you just go into it not overthinking it? The one thing that pisses me off as a fan is watching someone handle talent like this and they blatantly make them look stupid. And that happens a lot on AEW television. It happens with other talents not pertaining to this segment. It happens with their referees every fucking week. Why is everybody here blatantly written to look like a bunch of fucking idiots? And then number 2, you go out there and send Orange Cassidy out there as the star in this segment, and we don't know why Jon Moxley is targeting Orange Cassidy. All we know is what Jon Moxley has previously stated cryptically. Has he mentioned anything about Orange Cassidy specifically as to why he's now targeting Chuck Taylor and now Orange Cassidy's being set up for a championship match? In no way, shape, or form have we gotten Jon Moxley or any of the Blackpool Combat Club telling us exactly why they're targeting Orange Cassidy and what they want with him. So my question is, whatever the reason is, we're going to get this match at Full Gear for the AEW Championship. Fantastic. They had a great match last year at All Out. Great. But what happens when Orange Cassidy loses? You want me to believe the moral of the story here is Jon Moxley hates AEW the way that it sits? Everybody does, apparently. We got 2,900 fucking people in here that hate the way AEW is right now. So that's a shoot if I ever heard one. So if you want me to believe that Jon Moxley wants to change Orange Cassidy into being the leader that he thinks he is, and he wants to pull that out of him, what happens when Orange Cassidy loses at Full Gear? Where does he go? Does he go back to the back of the line? Is he a leader? Because at that point, if he loses to Jon Moxley, all I see on Orange Cassidy is one big fucking blatant L all over his face. Where exactly does it go after that? So you want me to be emotionally invested in what you're telling here. Meanwhile, you've done so many things up until this point, Tony, so wrong, to a point where I think the majority of your audience is sick of Orange Cassidy on television. You are the master of starting a Dynamite off with Orange Cassidy. I mean, 6 times out of 10, you'll start a show off with Orange Cassidy, and you know that's the fact because we call it out every time it fucking happens. It was blatant. Every show for 28 weeks while he was the international champion, he started a Dynamite. How does anybody look at Orange Cassidy now and not think, man, I'm bored of him? Oh, man, the show, Orange Cassidy, he's overexposed. You want me to sit here and believe that Orange Cassidy has a fucking shot in the dark of beating Jon Moxley? We know it's not going to happen. So where is that emotional investment? Where is that believability here? There is none. So I don't know how this segment proved to be a success tonight. And then the fans on AEW side, they'll look at this, this is a great ending. Oh, it's so great. Meanwhile, you know what I saw? I saw the same fucking ending 3 shows in a row. We got Bryan Danielson being beaten into submission at Wrestle Dream. The fucking beatdown last week with the Dork Order and the whole fucking Power Rangers skit that they did. And now we got the same ending again tonight. So all these people, they'll praise this, but then they'll fucking shit on WWE for doing the same ending with the Bloodline every fucking week. There's no balance here. So what are we doing? We running the same segment, the same ending every fucking week until we get Orange Cassidy and Jon Moxley? At that point, what then? I'm fucking lost here. You retired one of the greatest of all time, and now you want me to believe in Private Party, the Dork Order, Top Flight, Danny Garcia. Oh, what the fuck are we doing here, dude? I'm so brain fried over the sheer stupidity of what we're watching here. There's no believability in anything that they're doing right now. And that's why everything that you got going on going into Full Gear will fail.
I think it's about time that we familiarized ourselves with the idea that Orange Cassidy is going to be world champion sometime soon.
And that will drive even more of their audience away.
You know, I gotta agree. You know, I don't agree with the side of the fan base that just bashes Orange Cassidy. I don't agree with that because I do think Orange Cassidy is fantastic at what he does.
He's a very good pro wrestler.
All of it. I think his character work is good. I think his mic work is good because it plays into his character work. He's not lighting the mic on fire, but it plays into his character. And he can hold his own against anyone in the ring. He's just not in the position currently to be world champion. Now, look, maybe this is them trying to get him in that position. Maybe I'll extend that olive branch to him, but it's not gonna get there like this. And if you do it, if you force it, it's not gonna get over, and it's not gonna work. That character is gonna need some adjusting. It's gonna need some shifting. Because if you want Orange Cassidy to lead your promotion, he needs to be taken a little bit more seriously. And if you make him champion as the Orange Cassidy that we know right now, it's going to severely hurt the credibility of that world title. I mean, I'm just giving you my opinion for anybody who's listening out there. I don't think it's a good idea to make Orange Cassidy champion in this version of him right now.
Bro, he's not going to be world champion.
I feel like they're grooming him and getting him ready, man.
Well, whatever the case may be, he's not winning the world championship in this go around.
No, so not like this. No,
I don't know what happens when he loses. Where do they go from there with Orange Cassidy?
Probably do a few more rematches. What do you think? Is one and done?
I mean, he's beaten a lot of the Blackpool Combat Club already previously, and now the story that they're trying to portray to us is that he doesn't believe he's a leader and he doesn't believe that he could beat them. But he's beat them. Didn't he beat Jon Moxley already at one point?
I don't remember, man. I don't know.
Whatever the case may be, I don't understand how anybody is emotionally invested in this. I just can't physically understand how anybody could be emotionally invested in this. And then you heard the criticisms. You heard what everybody had to say. Me and Jesse fucking blasted it on here. And me and Jason did it last night on TNT. Not one single instance last week did we hear from Private Party, Danny Garcia, Orange Cassidy, Hook. We didn't see Darby Allin at all last week or this week. And that was after they had to watch Bryan Danielson stretchered out of the building after they suffocated him and beat the shit out of him. You would think that they would correct that this week and sit these guys down and go over exactly how they're emotionally feeling about watching one of the greatest of all time, the leader of that locker room, be stretchered out because of a vicious attack from the Blackpool Combat Club. Nothing. Again, for a second week in a row, there's no continuity. Meanwhile, Jesse said last week, didn't they hire a fucking creative coordinator, administrator in Will Washington to fucking tie this shit together in a nice little package and make some fucking sense of this shit? 2 weeks in a row, I don't hear nothing about what they're feeling coming out of Wrestle Dream. Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, you know, I can appreciate the fact that they're trying to start to develop new guys at the top of the card. That's respectable. You know, that's what they should be trying to do. But I mean, I need them. I hope they understand it's going to take longer than like 2 or 3 weeks. We didn't care about Private Party 3 weeks ago, so not too many people are going to care that if they lose this match, they're going to break up. And not too many people want to see them as World Tag Team Champions right now either. So I'm kind of thinking they kind of booked themselves into a corner here because they're not really there to be champions, and breaking them up might not be a great idea because your tag team division needs their help. There's nothing wrong with Private Party. They're just not believable World Tag Team Champions yet. And you put us in the spot now where it's going to be should have get off the pot.
Well, how could they be believable world champions when Tony Khan has booked them into oblivion for the last 4 years? It's not them being booked now because AEW wants to create new stars. This is not a situation where you're taking Private Party and creating new stars. If you wanted to create Private Party as new stars, you should have started in year 1. We're in year 5. That's just lazy. That's not creating new stars. That's booking in the act of desperation because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Yeah, that's not the way it comes off to me. Who gives a shit if Private Party breaks up? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, 3 weeks is not enough. It's not enough to take Private Party from where they were to getting them to where you want them to be. You have to work at a little bit more, a little bit longer than that.
We'll go over that because the Elite wrestled Private Party and Danny Garcia in the main event tonight. We'll go over that as the Blackpool Combat Club. They did their thing. They beat down Chuck Taylor and got a rise out of Orange Cassidy. And then the Elite once again just looking on without lifting a finger to help anybody. So that obviously, that was blatant enough that they did it again a second week in a row. They didn't help anybody, Jesse. Are we looking at a situation as that part of the story is now continuing on going into this week? Are we looking at the Elite potentially being the ones that have orchestrated this hostile takeover of AEW with the Blackpool Combat Club working with the Elite? Or is it something that Solomonster said last night where the Blackpool Combat Club are going to take over AEW? Is there going to be a higher power that they're working for? That remains to be seen. Is it going to be what I just mentioned, or is it going to be the Elite trying to save AEW from the Blackpool Combat Club and kind of give them a redemption story?
Yeah, there's only 2 ways this can go.
Yeah.
They've already intertwined. Remember, I said last week, I wish they never would have had the Bucks interact with BCC, but they did. And then they kind of did it again. So now they're there. So now they're in it somehow. We just don't know how. The only 2 ways this can go is they're the heads of it, they're behind it, or they turn back to baby faces and they come out to try to save them. That is the only way to go. There is just no, well, we'll just keep doing our thing and forget it. Only 1 or 2 things are happening here. I don't know if I see them turning babyface right now. So maybe they're going to be involved.
I don't know who's going to be interested in that. I mean, that's at the bottom of options for sure. If they are, or if there are options for where this is going. Again, I asked Solomonster this question last night on TNT. Even with everybody here, You know, you're looking at Private Party. Even if they win the tag team championships, what is that going to do? What is that going to do for them? They're such a dead cold act that winning the tag team championships are not going to help the division. It's not going to help Private Party. I mean, it's just a lost cause. No matter what AEW wants to think or not, they're not creating new stars in Private Party because that's just a cop-out for their fucking sheer laziness over 5 years. So if they win the tag team championships, who gives a shit? Then you got Danny Garcia. He's not a main event guy no matter what you think. And him and Jack Perry are probably going to be wrestling over the TNT title. That's as far as I see where he goes, because he ain't a world champion. So he wins the TNT championship. There you go, buddy. Thanks for signing with the company once again for another X amount of years. Here's the TNT title, man. Nothing title. It's a dead title. Hasn't been important since Cody held it and Christian held it, right? The last one, Christian held it. Did a great job with that title. I can count on one hand how many meaningful TNT champions there were in company history. So if he wins the championship, what is he going to do with it? Open challenge? It's where the best wrestle. Yeah, that's great. That's exactly what we want to see with the TNT title. Great. That's where he goes. That's as far as he goes. Then you got Orange Cassidy. He's not a world champion right now. Nobody wants to see that. Darby Allin. If he wrestles Jon Moxley, he's the only believable guy of these guys, this bunch of guys.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Could potentially beat Jon Moxley. Now, granted, everybody loves Darby, and I could actually see that playing out. But after that happens, whenever that happens, where do they go after that? Like, this is my main gripe. Like, after all this, does it end? Does Jon Moxley's hate for the company right now and him wanting to change the company all of a sudden get drastically changed? And I asked Jason this question last night. I said, even if they do what they are setting out to do with all these guys, is anybody going to see them as a top level acts? Or are people going to look at them differently? No. They're not. So much damage has already been done that no matter where they go with all these guys and the Blackpool Combat Club, it's not going to change the fact that all of these guys will remain in the same spots that they were before they feuded with the Blackpool Combat Club here. Nothing's going to change, Jesse.
Well, yeah. I mean, so where do they go from here is a question you can literally insert into any and every last story angle going around, you know, so... It's about how they transition into whatever they do next. They have a track record of not doing that transition very well, so I see where you're coming from with that one. But right now, there is no one in this mix of guys that they're associating with BCC right now. There is no one anywhere near believable to being world champion and beating Moxley except Darby. And I personally think that's a little bit premature. And not to say, in this version of Darby, the way we get Darby right now is absolutely world championship material. But he is just such that lovable baby face. I feel like if you just give it to him anytime this year, you're doing it too soon.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe even if you can get it to All In next year, you know, in Texas, it'd be great. Darby is an extremely over and lovable baby face, man. He would be the perfect fit to dethrone Jon Moxley. But you got to make him someone to dethrone. Right now, he's just a guy that won the title recently. He needs to be on a tear. He needs to cause fucking mayhem. He needs to fucking destroy this company to the ground damn near. And then Darby comes and saves the company. It's too soon right now. It's too soon right now for anybody to take the titles off of Moxley or the Bucks because they have not given us a tag team to actually really get behind. It's not like everybody's clamoring for the Bucks to be champions, but putting the titles on someone else, you're just doing it because no one is really sitting there screaming like, give it to these guys. The closest thing are the Outrunners, and they don't fucking deserve to be world champions right now.
Yeah, this is an absolute fucking fail. This is the second attempt at a takeover angle within the company because the first one failed, and they dropped the ball majorly on it. Tony Khan got fucking Meltzer-drivered and then ended up in a neck brace at the NFL draft. They dropped that as quick as I could fucking blink. And they knew it failed, and it went nowhere. And now they're trying again here with Moxley. So, you know, just the fucking sheer optics of it. 2 takeover angles in the same place with the same guy leading the charge. It's like, all right, well, how am I supposed to believe in this and get emotionally invested in this when the first one failed? And now you're trying with this one, and I see what you're doing, and I see the guys that you're using, and none of them have been believable up until this point. And now all of a sudden you want me to flip a switch and believe in Danny Garcia. No, it doesn't work that way. You know what? You know how I believe in Danny Garcia? Through consistent, creative decisions that make sense over weeks and weeks and weeks, months and months and months of television. That's how we believe in guys like Daniel Garcia and Private Party and Hook and Orange Cassidy. That's what we have to do. And that's where the whole thing here about this story is missing. There's nobody here that's going to be believable against the Blackpool Combat Club. And I'm still asking, out of all these guys, Adam Hangman Page is still floating around without a fucking shot at the AEW World Championship after he fucking decimated Swerve in a steel cage match. How the fuck does that make any sense to anybody? That's the guy that should be believable enough to beat Jon Moxley. That's the guy that should be taking the title of Jon Moxley, not fucking Orange Cassidy, not Darby Allin. Fuck are we doing here? Like Jesse said last week, where's the meat of the AEW roster sticking up for the fucking company? Top Flight? Yeah. Fucking Jeff Jarrett? What are we doing here?
The way that they're building the story, whatever anyone else has going on should pale in comparison, because there'll be no company to do whatever it is you're doing if Moxley has his way. So, I feel like MJF should care. I feel like Adam Cole should care. I feel like every fucking body should care. Will Ospreay should care. Will Ospreay should be leading the charge right now. Nobody else cares but the Dark Order and everybody else around them in catering.
Not a single appearance from Will Ospreay since the pay-per-view. Same thing with Darby Allin. Yeah, I'm supposed to care. Yeah, let me care about fucking job guy on Rampage battling against the Dark or against Blackpool Combat. Let me care about the Dark Order. When has the Dark Order had any meaningful television in the last 5 years?
None. And I'm a stan of the Dark Order.
The last time I gave a shit about the Dark Order was when they wrestled the Elite for the Trios Championships a couple years back. I don't know when that was. Full Gear. A couple years ago, Full Gear. It's a great match.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, this is not the spot for them.
No. So
right now, I care more about who MJF's masseuse was.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen.
That should be the top talking point right here.
Well, listen, we know MJF knows how to pick him, okay?
And where's Alicia? Look, man, I got questions.
It's none of our business. It's none of our business. Listen, man, the guy needed a massage. What is that to do with Salt Lake City, man? Give me a fucking break. Yeah, he had the right idea, man. He knows what he's doing. He found his entertainment tonight. Listen, guys, we're going to break this show down. We're going to do what we do. We're going to make it entertaining. And we're going to give you the hard, honest facts, as always, here on Wednesday night. Thank you guys very much for joining us on this AEW Dynamite post right here on Off the Script. Please follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Camille. You never know who's going to come out of the woodwork and fucking cry in my mentions that I'm a little bit too honest. But like I said in my video that I uploaded yesterday in regards to Tony messaging me on X, I don't have a boss. I don't give a shit what anybody fucking says or feels in regards to what I do. I don't answer to nobody. So I can say and do whatever I want. If you don't like it, fix it. I'm not the only one with these criticisms. Jesse's not the only one with these criticisms. These are valid, legit, real criticisms.
Lots of people are criticizing. Some are doing it vocally on here or on social media. You want to know what the rest of them are doing? Not coming to the shows and not watching it.
And then you have that portion of the audience that won't say anything because they have their own best interests at heart, and they don't really care one way or another. See, we don't want to be those people. We actually care about the show, and we want to see the show flourish and succeed. Right now, it's not.
The average person would just stop watching. And your ratings reflect that. Your attendance reflect that.
See, the funny thing is that's one of the funniest excuses. Me and Jason talked about this last night, too. One of the funniest replies that we get is, stop watching. Oh, really? AEW is capable of a great show, so if you want me to stop watching, we said last night, you want me to stop watching, but if they do put on a good show like we know they can, then we'll miss the good stuff. We'll miss the good show. Why would we do that? Stop watching.
Stop watching.
Stop watching. Guys, follow us on social, at ChitowtownSmark on X. Jesse also has a YouTube channel. I linked his channel right down below in the description. Go and check that out. So please click on his name.
I got new, not new content, but I'm going to do a more consistent show on Thursdays. It's going to be a live stream for this week in wrestling. I did one last week. I think I'm going to do it a little bit more consistently going forward. But also, guess what I'm going to do, bro? I forgot to tell you this before the stream.
What's that?
I think we need a resident collision expert in the family, man, because too many people say you don't watch Collision. How do you know? You know what? The winter is coming. Summer's done. I'm going to watch Collision every week, and I'm going to goddamn cover it, man.
I wish you the best, my friend.
Me too, man.
I send my thoughts, my loves, and my prayers to Chi-Town Smart for covering Collision. But listen, man, if Jesse's going to be covering Collision, then we have a weekly hologram update, man. So, I mean, that's the way to go right there, man. Hologram, by the way, is injured. Somebody go check it. Tony!
Oh, my God.
Tony, are you all right, bro? I mean, how's your mental state, bro? I mean, hologram is injured.
Look, man, I don't want anybody to get fucking injured. I hope he's all right.
Hologram's injured, guys. Please send your well wishes to Tony Khan. Tony may be hologram himself. We don't know.
Well, I'm gonna get to the bottom of that conspiracy. Maybe it's true. I'll find out.
So make sure you guys follow us on social, guys. Go follow us on YouTube as well. Hit that subscribe button down below to this channel. Super chats are open. Get them on. We'll hang out at the end of the show as always. Go check my Tony Khan video that I uploaded on Monday. Well worth your time. Go check that out. Some people were saying it's my best video ever. So go check that out. There is a State of the AEW address live stream coming. I will keep you guys updated on that. That's all I'll say. I got a layout made. I got a thumbnail made. So it will be happening. It's supposed to happen tomorrow, but I will keep you guys updated. So keep an eye and an ear out on the socials for that.
Of course it is.
And yes, it is happening. It's going to be good. Don't worry. Okay?
Tomorrow, though.
What are you doing tomorrow? What do you do tomorrow?
Weekend review.
At night?
Probably in the evening, yeah.
Okay. Well.
There was nothing going on around here on Thursday, so.
All right. We'll see. It might not be happening tomorrow anyway, so I'll keep you posted. And please make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, man. We got 711 likes right now. I'd love to get to 1,000 before we get to the middle of this AEW Dynamite post show, man. So please hit that thumbs up. It definitely helps me out. And if you guys want, please leave a comment. If you're watching after the fact, please leave a comment and let me know what you thought of AEW Dynamite tonight, because any comment down below could be anything. Helps me out tremendously. Jesse, we started Dynamite off tonight with... What did we start Dynamite off with? Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone in the middle of the ring with Adam Page.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Adam Page. First of all, we saw all the geeks outside waiting for the Jeep of the Blackpool Combat Clubs to come on into the venue. They were all standing out there. And we got a clip of last week's main event finish. Excalibur talked about there being so many moving parts, but ultimately Hangman Page delivered a buckshot lariat to Jay White, costing him the match, and Christian distracted the referee. So we start off with Adam Page, and he's legitimately one of the best parts of this entire show. So Schiavone's in the ring. He told Hangman that he lost to Jay White at WrestleDream, then cost White his match against Christian last week on Dynamite. He asked where his mind is at right now. Hangman took the mic from him, and Tony Schiavone left the ring. He said last week he took White's head off, and before they got there, he took Juice's, or he almost took Juice's life, he said. He said a few weeks ago, he knocked out Austin Gunn so hard, he doubts he remembers his own brother's name. So Colton Gunn jumped Hangman from behind with a flying forearm, and he started punching away at Hangman. He rolled out to the floor. Colton leaped at him, but Hangman moved. So Colton Gunn landed in the timekeeper's area. Very nasty fall. Hangman then threw Colton into the ring, pulled off his belt. White and Juice charged out to the ringside area, and Hangman fled the ring and started limping away, once again selling that knee or leg injury that Jay White gave him at WrestleDream. White told Hangman he's right where he wants him. He says he can hobble away all he wants, but he can't hide. He says he can try to cover up his shortcomings with blood, barbed wire, and fire, but when the bell rings, he's never and has never been able to measure up to Jay White. He says he hasn't seen the last of him. He told him to ice that leg I'll be seeing you very soon. So there you go. We asked Jesse. We received Jay White and Adam Page on television. Should be a weekly thing. They did what they could here to forward the tension here between both of these guys onto next week, which will probably result in another one-on-one match at Full Gear, which I don't think either one of us could complain about because they're two of the best wrestlers on the roster.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around Jay White and these guys all being babyface all of a sudden just because storyline says so.
Yeah.
I mean, it still feels weird to me. I mean, now the Guns are babyface too. Why?
Because Adam Page is a sick motherfucker.
Well, yeah, he's always been that, but
yeah,
I don't know, man. I mean, you're not gonna get me to not want to see Jay White and Hangman. So, I mean, we do get that, but I'm just trying to. I mean, and this is not the only one. There's been quite a few just odd turns as of late. Just stopping goals. Like someone walked into the creative room and said, "That's it. Scrap everything we got. We're gonna reset right now." I mean, it just leaves so many questions. Every time when I saw the promo for Statlander today, first thing I said was, so she really is babyface now, huh?
Yeah.
No explanation why, though. I don't get it, man. To be honest with you, I kind of didn't want to see Jay White as a babyface. I definitely don't want to see the Guns as babyface. They were quite enjoyable as annoying prick heels.
They were.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
It's like so many people in the company are playing the wrong roles.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like I get it. Jay White, he came back after a couple of months off because of an injury. He's back as a babyface, but I mean, did he give anybody a reason to cheer him before he went away? Like, I mean, who was Jay White to these people? Jay White was really a nobody. I mean, he's fucking great, but he was really a nobody to these people. And when Jay White spoke tonight on the microphone, I mean, you could legitimately hear a fucking pin drop. Nobody gave a shit. Like, Adam Page is fantastic, but, they're going to do a lot of what they need to do in the ring wrestling. They're not going to Jay White's not going to captivate an audience with his promo. He's going to get in the ring and wrestle Page, and that's what people are going to really know about Jay White. But, again, I want to see these guys in a little bit more of a prominent role on television. I'm just glad they are on television. I'm glad that Tony put both of these guys on television because the show is better when they are there. I just wish that there was a little bit more for me to care about. It's like, all right, Jay White's got Adam Page's number. They're going to wrestle at Full Gear. Okay, great. What else is there? There really isn't much else. It's just as simple could be as far as taking two guys from one place and getting them to the next. It's just the way AEW does things. It's not terribly exciting.
No. It is not. The way they transition between storylines sometimes, it's just kind of annoying. It's really nerve-wracking sometimes. Because I just want to be able to follow it from week to week, not just, okay, what'll be this week? What's happening now? I mean, then next week, okay, what's different happening now? I mean, jumping characters like that is extremely nerve-wracking to me, man. I just really want to know why they're babyface. Why is Statlander babyface right now? It just makes no sense.
Yeah, they think that, the fans are stupid to not ask, well, where's the explanation? They gave us one of the worst explanations that I think I may have ever heard for Stat turning babyface after what she's been through with Willow. Why she dropped Stokely was basically glossed over with no explanation. And then they want to have her in a vignette where she's training at a gym, throwing around a big tire and fucking jump roping and training for this match with Camille. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to need more than just fucking training in the gym to explain to me why Stat is a fucking babyface, man. Holy shit. How lazy can they be? I laughed at that. I thought that was quite humorous, actually.
Hey, you got a new Prime sub on Twitch, bro. I call that one out.
Shout out to my peoples on Twitch. We got 24 in the chat over there. We are almost at 11,000 followers over there, man. Thank you guys very much. We got a new Prime sub. Who is it? Where do you see Prime sub?
It is.
Oh, Gothic
Wizard.
The Gothic Wizard. There he is, brother. Thank you so very much, man.
There we go.
Appreciate you guys over there. I may be streaming some Black Ops 6 over there this week. So,
Did you buy it? I still got to get it.
I didn't buy it yet. No,
Yeah, I don't have it yet.
I wasn't too pleased with the beta. I was very disappointed.
Well, tell me this. Maybe you can help me out. Is it all PvP or is there a campaign in it?
There's a campaign.
All right, there's a campaign. I'll get it.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
Yeah, there's a campaign. Yeah, that's Friday. It comes out Friday. Moving on here.
What about co-op?
There's zombies.
Just zombies?
Yeah,
Remember the Spec Op missions, the co-op?
I do.
I was kind of hoping for those. But, all right.
We move on to actual wrestling here after Adam Page and Jay White. Shelton Benjamin with MVP. He went one-on-one with Sammy Guevara. Shelton Benjamin looked great in his match with Lio Rush last week. The only negative that I would say in regards to that match with Lio Rush last week was that it may have gone a little too long. I would have shaved maybe 3-4 minutes off of it, but I think Shelton looked good, and Lio Rush was the type of guy in there to really make Shelton Benjamin's offense look devastating. And we got this match tonight. And we got Sammy Guevara looking good tonight, Jesse. He's not really in a prominent role on AEW television. He's the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion with Dustin Rhodes. And by the way, speaking of Ring of Honor, we got more Ring of Honor titles on tonight's show than AEW titles.
Oh, man.
We'll cycle back to that notion in a little bit. Shelton Benjamin and Sammy Guevara. Guevara looked good tonight, and Shelton Benjamin looked very good tonight in his second week out, Jesse. What'd you think of Shelton's performance before he gets the man next week, Swerve Strickland?
It was as expected, man. Shelton Benjamin is a freak of nature. You know, I'm normally the one to say, you know, I would like the older guys to step aside and help put the younger guys over. I think Shelton Benjamin is a unique case, man. That guy is an ageless wonder. I don't know how he does it.
It's like he's got a fountain of youth in his backyard.
This guy's so good, man. And keep in mind, man. Remember back in the day? Imagine, but him with back when he was with Kurt Angle and who was his partner?
Charlie Haas.
Charlie Haas. Fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Fucking great. Oh my God, such an underrated tag team. They were just met technicians, man. They were so good.
Man, I'm kind of disappointed that tag team with Chad Gable never got off its feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was, Vince hated tag team wrestling, but I'm not surprised that they were disbanded pretty quickly. But Shelton Benjamin looked great here, and it's quite sad that the best match of the night was from yet another 50-year-old ex-WWE guy. And Shelton Benjamin, he is looking good so far in his first 2 weeks. They're clearly making him look strong before he wrestles Swerve Strickland next week. And he handled Sammy Guevara tonight, and he wasted no time using his size. He launched Guevara into the air at the bell. Guevara, he avoided a vertical suplex, turning it into his double leapfrog drop kick before low bridging Benjamin to the outside. He then hits a top rope moonsault. Guevara wanted another big-time dive, but MVP... he got in the way before Guevara could run through the ropes and stopped Sammy in his tracks. Referee told him to get out of the way. This was long enough for Benjamin to recover. He caught Guevara, who eventually dove through the ropes and nailed him with an overhead suplex on the ramp. That was a great-looking spot. Devastating move. We go into a commercial break. So we come back from break. Benjamin is in control during most of the break. Guevara is getting suplexed by Benjamin, series of Germans. He finally starts getting some offense, does Guevara, and he gets a T-bone, thrust kick, pump knee. Benjamin goes to the outside. Guevara hits a corkscrew dive before going back inside, tried another springboard. Benjamin sidestepped, wanted a German, but Guevara landed on his feet. Pop-up cutter, got only a 1 for Sammy, who tried a springboard, only for Benjamin to super kick him in midair. Kind of a throwback, I would say, to HBK and Shelton Benjamin.
Absolutely.
Yep. So one more super kick led to a step-up corner knee and a T-bone suplex / slam for the win for Shelton Benjamin. And that was basically it. There was no promo from Benjamin, no promo from MVP, no dialogue at all heading into next week with that one-on-one match looming with Swerve Strickland. Guevara was basically thrown out there to make Shelton look good for that match with Swerve, so he did his job tonight. And going into next week, Jesse, I think the feeling surrounding all of this is that Benjamin got 2 wins in the last 2 weeks. That's great. I don't think anybody really thinks he's going to beat Swerve next week. And they're having a themed episode, Fright Night Dynamite. Do we see, finally, the debut of Big Bob, Bobby Lashley, next week on Dynamite to save Shelton from Swerve Strickland?
He could, and that's a reason why Shelton might beat Swerve. He might beat Swerve in a fuck finish. He might have Lashley come out, interfere somehow. Ref gets knocked out, whatever reason. It'd be a nice little bone to throw Shelton to start him off in this fashion too. I've been sitting there thinking about Lashley when they do end up bringing him in, what they do with him. How about a tag team with Lashley and Benjamin, and have them set the tag team division on fire with those two before we move Lashley on to bigger and better things?
I mean, where is he going to fit into plans? I mean, I wouldn't mind that. They desperately need tag teams. I would not mind that at all.
They could dominate the tag division, dude. I mean, put the titles on someone other than the Bucks. Have these guys fucking run roughshod. They'll get over quickly. That could be your team right there to help transform the tag division. And then when you separate them, then you put Lashley in the world title picture. You put Benjamin in, one of the other mid card titles and things like that. And I think that'd be the best way to start them off, man.
We'll see. I have a feeling Big Bob debuts next week on Dynamite when Shelton wrestles Swerve Strickland one-on-one. Renee Paquette, she interviewed Mariah May, who was rolling a suitcase down the hallway backstage. Renee asked if Mariah was leaving the building. Mariah said, well, it wasn't my luggage, and she ended up throwing the luggage down the hallway. She said that Anna Jay doesn't belong in a locker room with her, and she doesn't deserve a women's world championship match. Anna Jay shows up and attacks Mariah from behind while she's being interviewed with Renee Paquette, and Christopher Daniels shows up and breaks up both ladies brawling, and the segment comes to an end. That's it.
Well, I mean, is it too soon to kayfabe some locker room drama with the women?
Are you not excited about Anna Jay just randomly getting a championship match?
I feel like I have to say I am excited because I still believe that Anna Jay Stan is out there lurking and listening to me right now.
Well, to be fair, Anna Jay beat Mariah May on Collision, pinned her. So now she's granted someone actually won a eliminator match, believe it or not, on AEW television. And she is getting now a championship match against Anna Jay, or Mariah May, that is, against Anna Jay. And it's happening in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I believe, on AEW Dynamite. I mean, where's the story? Why would anybody...
Even better question.
Why would anybody care about this?
Even better question, where's Deonna Purrazzo?
I don't know. What the better question is why has Mariah May fallen off the face of the fucking earth after feuding with Toni Storm in the greatest women's storyline that the company's ever told in 5 years? That's what I want to know.
Why is Mariah May feuding with Anna Jay and not Jamie Hayter?
I don't know.
And where's Deonna Purrazzo, in case I have not asked that yet? Have I asked that yet? I think I did ask that yet.
I believe Thunder Rosa is once again cleared to come back to action.
Oh, back to Collision she goes then.
Yeah. Where's the story?
Right.
Where's the story here?
Oh, but Anna Jay beat Mariah May. There is a story developing.
No, there ain't. No, there
There's
ain't.
a story about the people we care about.
Listen, nobody wants to hear this. I don't give a fuck what Anna Jay did in Japan. I don't care. I don't care. Okay? This is basically AEW rewarding her for going on excursion to Japan and getting better at what she does. Great for her. I hope she kills it. I hope she's gotten so better that she finds herself on TV in a meaningful way. But if you want to reward somebody, then have them come to television and win matches against other people at her level so we see what she's done. Why are you bringing her back from excursion and already putting her in a title match with Mariah May for the World Championship in a match that she's not going to win. So what are we build? Is the idea to build up Anna Jay? What happens when she loses? She goes right back to where she was. Instead of giving us matches weekly with Anna Jay being featured, she wrestles this one, she wrestles that one. There's a couple of months of us getting to know what she's learned and see what she's learned. Now let's just throw her into a match with Mariah May and then call it a day. Goodbye, Anna Jay. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I mean, I don't know how any other way to put this, but we just don't care about Anna Jay.
No.
And it's nothing to do with Anna Jay. It's
Absolutely
the fact that you have not led us to want to care about Anna Jay. That's it. Anna Jay is absolutely perfectly fine at what she does. She has just not been used correctly to be in a position for us to say, hey, I hope she wins this title. Because we're not. Nobody cares. I mean, you have bigger names and better wrestlers that are suitable to be feuding with the world champion, and they are not, and we don't understand why.
I don't get it. Yet I'm the bad guy here. I mean, I'd love for anybody. I know people are watching. I know that you're watching. So please, I'd love for you to debate why I'm wrong.
Man.
Come on now. That this is the stuff you want me to openly glaze on social media, right? Sure.
Your champions are feuding with Anna Jay and Queen Aminata. No one cares, man. No one cares.
Wow. We'll get to Queen Aminata in a little bit because, man, oh man, if that is amateur booking, if I ever seen it, man, holy shit. Holy shit. Renee Paquette. No, not Renee Paquette. Schiavone. I would rather see Renee Paquette than fucking Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone introduced Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis.
Oh, boy.
Noting that Fletcher said he wanted to speak tonight and explain why he turned on Will Ospreay. Callis entered the ring and yanked the mic from Tony Schiavone. Don Callis, by the way, did commentary with the GOAT, Mauro Ranallo, for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling over the weekend. Man, oh man. Tony,
wow.
maybe you should get rid of Sockhead and hire Mauro, man. Give that guy a blank check and whatever he wants, pay the man. Jesse, did you see him and hear him run down the card for Dynamite tonight?
I don't remember it, no.
Yeah, Mauro ran down the card at Maple Leaf Pro.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. It was all over social media.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one,
Yeah.
man.
It was great.
I'm just gonna assume that Morrow declined the offer, okay? Because I think everyone knows.
Probably.
Yeah, I think everyone knows. I'm gonna assume he declined the offer. It may be the travel. Everyone knows how much of a wrestling fan Morrow is, but everyone knows what he struggles with personally, and he might not want to be on the road like that again right now. So who knows?
You are probably correct. Yeah. Don Callis is in the ring with Fletcher. He said Fletcher had something important to say. Fletcher said, the fans can boo him all they want, but the only person he's there to talk to is Will Ospreay. He says he cost him the International Championship 11 days ago, and he's been laid up in a hospital bed ever since with numbness and tingling up and down his arms and legs because of that herniated disc you don't tell anybody about. I wonder if that is a shoot. They can ill afford that being a legit injury.
Yeah.
That's not the type of guy you want out with a herniated disc. He says he's been wondering, he says people have been wondering why, Kyle, why? Yes, all 500,000 of the AEW sickos have been wondering why, Kyle, why? He said that makes him happy. Fletcher said the fans are as much to blame as Ospreay. He said since he arrived in AEW, fans said he was the next big thing with a great future. And then you got here, Will. And then they started calling me the next Will Ospreay. Apparently that's a problem, Jesse. I tweeted on social media. I'm like, if that is the biggest complaint that you could muster up here, oh man, you're quite similar to Will Ospreay, man. I don't know if that's quite the negative that he's making it out to be, man. If there's anybody I want to emulate and be compared to, it's Will Ospreay.
It could be much worse, my guy.
Yeah, really,
much worse.
He says the inbred Americans That's a shoot, by the way. That's exactly what they think of their fans.
That's what they think of Americans.
Yeah. Said he wrestles and sounds like him, which he looked at as an insult. He says he is better than him in every single way. He says there was a time he would have liked those comparisons, and he said he had a killer instinct at one point. Fans, Jesse, then started chanting, "Wrap it up, wrap it up." And they're not talking about extracurricular activities with Sky Blue.
Oh, come on, bro.
Wrap it up, wrap it up.
For.
Wrap it up, wrap it up, man. Apparently, they thought this was too long at this point in the promo. And I got a bunch of notes still ready to be read here, man.
I tweeted out that, I said, you guys don't need us to tell you this bit went too long. Just listen to the crowd. I had a handful of people in there and say, "Oh, what are you talking about?" They're arguing with me as the people in attendance are literally telling them that this is going too long. Why are you arguing with me? I didn't make this up out of the blue. The fans are chanting for them to get the fuck out the ring, and not in a good way.
Yeah, wrap it up, wrap it up. Put the fries in the bag, Tony. Yes, really. He said he has all the TV time he wants, so you will listen to me. He left New Japan and came to AEW. He said Kazuchika Okada mentored Ospreay, and he stabbed Okada in the back. He said when Kenny Omega left New Japan, Ospreay became the top foreigner in the promotion, but people told him he would never fill Kenny Omega's shoes. I think he did a good job at doing that, honestly. He says...
Yeah, I believe so, too.
Yeah. He says he used the same exact screwdriver he used to stab him in the head and drop him on his neck with a tiger driver. He says he left New Japan because he realized what he had to do to get out of Ospreay's shadow, because that is the lesson that you taught me. He said Don Callis taught him that Ospreay never wanted him to reach his full potential. He said Ospreay is selfish. He says he would give him one chance to save face, as fans then chanted, "Shut the fuck up," at Kyle Fletcher. And this is not a Tommaso Ciampa NXT Black and Gold type shut the fuck up. This is basically shut the fuck up and get out of the ring because your promo is too long. Wrap it up.
Wrap that shit up, man.
Wrap it up. He didn't get bleeped, or they didn't get bleeped out, which is great. I wish USA Network would take notes. He said Ospreay will ignore doctor's orders and face him next week, not get more MRIs. He says he will send him back to the hospital bed after burying him into the mat with one tiger driver after another until your brittle neck withers to dust. He says he has to realize to take AEW to the heights that's never been before, if I have to do that, I can be nothing like you. Ospreay is in the hospital bed, laying up, watching this, obviously. Right? He's got the match next week. We haven't heard a fucking thing from Will Ospreay in 2 weeks. So Don Callis hands Kyle Fletcher a razor, or electric razor. He said from this day forward, he is nothing like Will Ospreay. He then shaved off his hair, and he yelled, "I am nothing like you. I am nothing like you." And he got very, very angry. I am nothing like you. And that's the way the promo came to an end.
Look, man.
I know, man. We're lighting the world on fire with this one, man.
All right. So I had some body in my timeline told me, oh, if this happened in WWE, you know, when they take forever with their promos, no one has a problem with it. Because once again, if I post anything about any company, they say I don't say it about the other company. But whatever. I hope that a-hole was listening. There's a difference. Okay, if Roman Reigns wants to be out there talking for 10 to 15 minutes, I seem to be quite entertained when Roman is out there talking. I don't care, all right? But when I'm not necessarily engaged in what you're saying, probably because you're not very over right now, then yeah, I don't want to fucking sit here this long and listen to you ramble for that goddamn long, man. We want some explanations. Yes, come out there with Don, let Don get you prompted up. You get the mic, you tell us why you did it, And you pretty much get the fuck out of there because your mic skills are not at the level of someone that you want to hear talking for 10 fucking minutes. All right? The promo can go as long as it needs to go, as long as the audience is still engaged. He can stay out there till fucking 9 o'clock for all I cared. But we stopped caring. The fans stopped caring. They started asking him to wrap it up. Get the fuck out of here. Move on. That means they're not engaged anymore and wrap this shit up, man. Read the temperature in the room. This went too long. We needed an explanation, yes. That doesn't mean take forever doing it. This went a little bit too long.
It did go too long. I will agree with that 100%. But I will say, Kyle Fletcher is an amazing pro wrestler. He's fucking great.
Yes.
I could see why Don Callis is with him now, just based off the promo. But the promo wasn't like the promo was bad. There's obviously there obviously still needs work. He still needs work as far as his delivery and whatnot. Just from a fan's point of view, I think he needs to work on his cadence and the way he carries himself and the delivery of it. But if you really want to boil this promo down to the message and what he needed to do, he nailed everything he needed to do. He gave us an explanation. He wants to break out on his own. The only part I didn't really understand was why he needed to shave his hair. Like, I mean, the last time someone shaved their hair, you saw what it did to Wardlow. I hope he doesn't go the way of Wardlow. It's like Wardlow's powers left him when fucking he shaved his ponytail off. So I don't know why he shaved his hair. I mean, the hair could have played another part in the match coming up with us. You could have did a hair versus hair match. You could have saved that, something along those lines. Maybe a feud like this doesn't necessarily hinder on a hair versus hair match, but they could have did something with it. So I didn't really understand him shaving his hair as a way to differentiate himself from Will Ospreay. I mean, all you got to do is go out there and beat Ospreay and prove your point that you're better than Will Ospreay. It has nothing to do with your fucking hair. Unless he wanted to shave his hair. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I don't care about his hair. I mean, but look, if he was going to shave it to present his new look, with his turn, and he'd rather just do it on camera, okay. I mean, it didn't have to be a hair versus hair match. I mean, if it's going to be a significant change in his character and his heel turn, and by the way, I appreciate the fact that we're getting an explanation for this heel turn. Let's just start right there, okay? Because that's already a win. That's a plus. We appreciate the explanation. He wants to shave his hair to symbolize his turn and how he wants to be different. Fine. It just went too long. I kind of zoned out after a while. I started checking Twitter. I started arguing with people on Twitter. I went into my phone. That's when I realized this is going on too long, man. I'm no longer invested in what he's saying because he's dragging it out.
Yeah, maybe it's a new gimmick. Maybe it's Brutus the Proto-Star Beefcake.
What?
I don't know. maybe he's getting a new gimmick, man. Instead of it's coming out with the big fucking shears, he's got the electric razor. Manscaped.com/JD.
Oh, my God.
Listen, the intensity was there. The anger was there. The flair was there. The fire was there. Good. Matches next week, supposedly. We haven't heard a fucking thing from Will Ospreay. We don't know if he's going to be there or not, but whenever they get in the ring, I'm sure it's going to be a great match. And if I'm a betting man, just being the kind of avid viewer that I am and like Jesse is, I don't think either of us think that Ospreay's going to be selfish here. Ospreay would probably say himself, yeah, I'm putting my guy over. I could see him absolutely laying down for Kyle Fletcher and making Kyle Fletcher into a bigger name than he is now.
Yeah, won't hurt anything.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I thought this worked. It was just too long. Just too long. Excalibur commented on a clip of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, which some of the action on that show, man, it reminded me of Black and Gold, man. Did you see some of the clips online?
I did.
Reminds me of Black and Gold. I think Scott D'Amore's got a fucking massive W with Maple Leaf Pro. Konosuke Takeshita was there defending his international championship. He wrestled Speedball Mike Bailey, which was a banger, and then he wrestled Josh Alexander. And that's where Ricochet came out, and he made the save, which they're setting up Ricochet versus Takeshita for Full Gear, which we kind of predicted coming out of Wrestle Dream because we both said on our review, or I think it was just me. Were you with me on that review, right? Wrestle Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah. we both said that Ricochet never took the pin. So more than likely, that's where it's going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we saw that one right away.
Yeah. So Renee interviewed Ricochet. He told her he is a man of his word, and he lived up to his promise to follow Takeshita around the world to call him out. He challenged him to show up Friday on Rampage. Remember, payback is a bitch. So MVP and Shelton Benjamin approached Ricochet. MVP then complimented Ricochet's suit, and then he handed him a business card and told him if he wants a fresh start, let's do business. Ricochet looked at the card, and he was making some funny faces as MVP and Shelton Benjamin walked away. Jesse, it looks like your assumption and your observation from last week is definitely spot on.
So far, I mean, it also looks like some of them could be feuding with him. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But we also see that this is how, normally, a lot of factions start. They start off feuding with each other, but we shall see, man. It looks like MVP has a Nation of Domination agenda going on.
So can I ask one very, very important question to anybody over there in AEW who's watching me? Why are we using Ricochet on a show that is set to be canceled by the end of the year? Anybody have a good explanation for that one? This guy just joined the company at the end of August at All In to a tremendous reaction at Wembley Stadium, and he's already being fucking lowered to the bottom of the barrel on Rampage for an open challenge. Why? Nobody watches Rampage. Rampage is the worst hour of pro wrestling in the entire business right now. Why is he there? Which my complaints will be even further exacerbated by the following match that we got. Brian Cage and Lance Archer wrestled two guys who AEW couldn't even be bothered to give names to. This match lasted 1 minute. Lance Archer and Brian Cage, or I guess if you go around and poke your nose in social media's business, Timu, Drew McIntyre, Lance Archer. Archer and Cage win in under 1 minute. Yeah.
No, that's what they're calling him?
Yeah.
No.
So, again, my question is to add another point to my original statement regarding Ricochet. You couldn't give Ricochet a match on Dynamite, but we had to see Brian Cage and Lance Archer, who are Rampage VIPs at this point. You give them a match here against these two guys who you couldn't even give names to, who look like complete fucking geeks, and Ricochet's wrestling on Rampage. How the fuck did a decision like that get to be made? I don't understand what we're doing. And to further my question even further, how did this benefit Brian Cage and Lance Archer at all? Because they win this match in 1 minute. Nobody gives a fuck. And legitimately, as soon as the bell rings, Excalibur's sitting there. And here's a word from our sponsors over at DraftKings. You fucking out of your mind? The fuck are we doing here, bro? Ricochet, I don't know how much money he's making, but he's one of your biggest signings of the entire year. You don't put him on Rampage. That's like Jamie Hayter debuting or returning after 2 years on the All In pre-show. You see how good that did, Jamie Hayter?
God.
Holy shit. And then you don't want me to sit in this fucking chair on this show every Wednesday and call out your bullshit. Well, JT, why aren't you positive about it? There's nothing to be positive about. You're paying this guy, what, $2 million a year to wrestle for you, and he's on fucking Rampage. Here's a tip, Tony. I ain't watching Ricochet on Rampage, and neither is Jesse, and neither is the 3,000 that are in here. Fuck Rampage.
No, I agreed to cover the Collision, not Rampage.
Who's he gonna wrestle? The third guy a part of this fucking unnamed group that you sent out there to wrestle Brian Cage and Lance Archer? Holy shit. How many people predicted Ricochet would end up on Rampage in less than 2 months? If you did, you won yourself a lot of money.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying that too.
Ridiculous. Thanks for proving everybody right, Tony, with your fucking shit booking. Horrible.
We got some gifted subs, man.
Who?
We need to just make sure we incorporate these with the super chats. We got 5 gifted subs and a new Prime membership right now.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Look at that, man.
Thank you, guys. Grant Hole subscribed with Prime. Gothic Wizard, thank you for your 5 gifted subs over on Twitch, man. Thank you very much. And we got Twisted giving 100 bits.
Look at that.
Love it. Thank you guys very much, man. Love to see the Twitch community grow, man. We are over 10,900, man. We are 95 away from 11,000 followers over there, man. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Sidebar. You familiar with this statement that Tony Khan put out in regards to Max Caster's recent comments?
I did not, because this was actually going around on social media because people were clipping Max Caster clips in regards to what Carlito did on Monday Night Raw by saying that he wished he learned Chinese in regards to Io Shirai and Kairi Sane walking away from him. And we all know that they're not Chinese, they're Japanese.
Right.
So what did he say?
So that was the offensive part because they're Japanese?
Oh yeah, everybody wants Carlito canceled, yes.
Because he said Chinese instead of Japanese.
I wish I would learn Chinese is what they're claiming he should be canceled for, yes.
Cancel him for that.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes, which by the way, everybody that is engagement farming off of cancel culture here because you got nothing else better to do with your life. Carlito is a stupid idiot character he portrays in the Judgment Day, so it was something that he thought was funny.
You don't think Carlito or whoever wrote that promo for them knows that these women are Japanese? Maybe he was being funny.
And the best part of it all, Jesse, is Brian Alvarez said today that Kyrie and Io, they didn't mind the comment.
I hate fucking social media. I swear, man.
Oh man. Oh.
These fucking people. Now what did Max say?
I don't know. What did he say?
I don't know.
What did Tony say?
He said, I am deeply disturbed by Max Caster's recent comments, which seemingly praise and perpetuate harmful and unacceptable behavior. Sexual assault and violence against anyone are reprehensible and have no place in our society. It goes on for like 2 more paragraphs of stuff like that.
Did he say this on Twitter?
I don't know where he said it. Someone posted a screenshot of it, but I'm not looking at an actual post from him. But I'm looking at a screenshot of it. I don't know if it was emailed out or what. Here, I'll send it to you right now. I don't know where he posted this at. So maybe it's not even legit. Because it is a. Yeah, just send it to your phone. It is a screenshot or a post. It's not. It wasn't posted on Twitter. Maybe IG. Maybe. I don't know. Someone named May reposted it.
Let me see. Hold on. Okay. When did he say this? We don't even. There's no date according to this. I mean,
Wait,
this poster tweeted this today at 3:30.
Yeah, I knew it was too good to be true. Fake. It's likely fake. Okay.
Okay. Well, we won't read it. We won't read it because people are looking for pennies on the dollar from Elon's payout. So that's all that is. I got some stuff on Tony that we've seen him say in the past. You know, he comes off one way and then is kind of putting things down as not serious because he just doesn't give a shit. But I mean.
Or he's downplaying it.
No, or he's downplaying. Who gives a fuck? I mean, look at what he did with the whole fucking. Remember last year going into MJF's match with Jay White, the whole roll of quarters deal. And people made a big deal about that. He didn't do nothing there.
Yep.
People made a big stink about that. That actually made headline news, and nobody said a fucking word there. So.
Nope.
Moving on. Chuck Taylor was in the parking lot with the rest of the job squad waiting for Blackpool Combat Club. He confronted Orange Cassidy in the parking lot, who was out there waiting, and talked about their history. He says, it's time for Cassidy to step up. I know you see what they're doing. He says he has beaten them all before. Great. Fantastic. Now I'd love to know why Jon Moxley is targeting Orange Cassidy. Give me an explanation. I need words instead of cryptic fucking messages every week. We go on from that to Mark Briscoe, who is the Ring of Honor World Champion. So we've seen the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles. We've seen the Ring of Honor Television title. And now we're seeing the Ring of Honor World title. How many AEW titles have we seen up until this point, Jesse?
None.
0.
None.
You are correct. 0 championships. This was a ladder war match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. What exactly is a ladder war match? It's no different than a ladder match. Just add tables, and you got yourself a ladder match that they want to coin as a ladder war match. That's all it was. I'm expecting some different rule. I'm expecting some different ambiance here. It's a ladder match with fucking tables.
Nah.
Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh, my. Listen, I love Mark Briscoe. I think Mark Briscoe is fucking great. I'd love to see Mark Briscoe back again in the Continental Classic this year, which apparently is starting on the Wednesday after Full Gear, which is great news. I'm glad that it's coming back. I knew that it would be back, but I'm excited to see it back, and I'm excited to see the field of 12 who are going to be in the tournament. But I said this on social media, and I'm looking at everybody there in the company who, again, blatantly just disregards fan criticism and fan reaction. Why is there a constant need for Ring of Honor in any way to be portrayed on Dynamite? This show does not need Ring of Honor. It's already bad as it is. You add Ring of Honor elements to it, nobody's going to give a shit even more than they don't give a shit now. Nobody gives a shit about Ring of Honor. I've said this time and time again. The only people that watch Ring of Honor are the fucking people that cover it over at Fightful. That's it. Nobody watches it. I don't know how many subscriptions they have. It's probably in the fucking tens people who've subscribed to Ring of Honor television via the app. Why do we constantly need to throw Ring of Honor on Dynamite as if it's some great brand with this huge fucking legacy behind it? The legacy is dead. The Ring of Honor brand is dead. Mark Briscoe should be on AEW television on a weekly basis, whether it's Dynamite or Collision, in something fun, in something substantial with story. But you're throwing the Ring of Honor Championship out there for what? Why are we feuding these two together? This is nothing more than Tony Khan getting his fucking his rocks off to see Ring of Honor on television, and it's a cheap way to get Jericho television time that is completely unnecessary. You built this feud off of what? The fucking thought and the disrespect of Mark Briscoe's dead brother. That's what we're going for? That's the heat that you've generated here? Who gives a shit about this? Nobody wants to see him feud over the honor of Jay Briscoe. That's the way you go about it? Why are we even doing that in the first place? I don't know when you people are going to realize that Jericho on television is absolutely fucking killing your show. He doesn't seem to get it. Tony doesn't seem to get it. Tony's the boss. He allows it to happen every fucking week. Kill this group and get Ring of Honor off my television show. I don't know how many times I have to explain it. It wants to die. Let it die. Please.
He's trying to get his money's worth out of it, man. He already bought it. No.
He bought it for what? I'm curious to know what he bought it for.
$15, $20. Something like that.
What I'm going to pay for Black Ops 6 is what Tony Khan probably bought for Ring of Honor.
Probably close. No, the tapes alone are worth it. You know, when they get this streaming deal, that's a lot of content to put up on Max. So, it just doesn't need to be on TV though.
I don't get why this is necessary. This is basically a desperate way to manufacture heat for a feud, so people could say, "Oh, look, Chris Jericho, he belongs on television." No, he don't. He doesn't need any more TV time. Now you made him the Ring of Honor World Champion. Do you think because Chris Jericho is now a two-time Ring of Honor World Champion that people are going to be all of a sudden interested in watching Chris Jericho? They don't even want to watch him on AEW television. Was the plan to drive away whatever remaining viewers you have on Ring of Honor when Jericho is your champion? I mean, holy shit, who made this decision? We know who made that decision. It doesn't make any sense. It's fucking stupid. It's a stupid fucking decision. Now, if I actually gave a shit about this match in any way whatsoever, the match itself wasn't bad. But you know what happens, Jesse, when we watch a match that has absolutely zero story and zero emotional investment? It just ends up being a fucking match.
Yeah.
They did things here that should warrant feeling and story. But you see Jericho taking a medium bump through the table as the match began. You see Mark Briscoe jump off the top of the ladder. He's standing at the very top of a huge ladder. He drops the froggy bow through a table on Chris Jericho. Mark Briscoe fucking flips himself over the ropes onto a ladder on the outside. Jericho breaks a ladder on the inside with a big slam. What are we doing this for? You're killing these guys. You're killing these guys' bodies for Ring of Honor? In front of 1,500 people in Salt Lake City, Utah. I mean, what are we doing, bro? It's like chaos and carnage for the sake of doing it. It's like, I need to make this feel special. I need to make this feel big. Go out there and kill yourselves for absolutely no reason. That's what I watched when I watched this. I felt nothing. Why would you care about this? Why would you? How does anybody feel watching this? What did Tony feel watching this? What did Mark Briscoe and Jericho feel watching this? Jesse, what did you feel watching this?
I've felt nothing for ROH since it came to AEW, man. They haven't done anything of significance with it, but put some titles out there and put titles on people and put some random matches on Dynamite.
It's unbelievable. Listen, the quicker that they turn that fucking brand into a feeder system and get it its own roster and start keeping it separate from everything Dynamite and Collision or AEW that is, the quicker we would be better off. Like, this shit is, it's mind-boggling how, like, Sammy Guevara is holding a worthless championship. He's probably proud of himself. Great. You can be proud. You're holding a worthless championship. Brian Cage is holding a worthless championship. Worthless. The microphone cover on my Shure microphone is worth more than all those titles combined. What are we doing? I don't get it. Stop pandering to Ring of Honor and start booking your show the way that it needs to, minus this shit. So, the match itself wasn't bad. We go to a commercial break. Apparently, Briscoe put him on a ladder. Jericho, that is, leaning up against a barricade and then leapt towards him. And Jericho moved and Briscoe crashed through the ladder. That was a great looking spot. We go to a picture-in-picture break. So we come back from break, and they fought back and forth with ladders in the ring. Briscoe was bleeding from the forehead. They meet at the top of the ladder in the middle of the ring. Jericho knocked Briscoe off the ladder. Briscoe then knocked the ladder over, sending Jericho onto the top rope. Both were down. They were slow to get up. Briscoe put Jericho on a table. He climbed the ladder. He looked ready to leap off, but Brian Keith, the bad apple, he comes in and stops Mark Briscoe from jumping. All of a sudden, Rocky Romero runs out there. It's a little or no reaction whatsoever. He smashed Brian Keith in the back with a kendo stick. Briscoe then stood on the top of the ladder and leapt off in the best spot of the entire night with an elbow drop, crashing through Jericho and the table down below. He then delivered a J-Driller. Briscoe then moved the ladder to the middle of the ring. He climbed it. Big Bill entered, chokeslammed Briscoe. He pulled Briscoe down, by the way, and then chokeslammed him over the top rope through a table that was set up on the outside. And he slams Briscoe through the table. Big Bill puts Jericho on his back. Jericho did not get up from the froggy bow, so Big Bill puts him on his shoulders in a fireman's carry. He takes him up the ladder. And Jericho reaches up and pulls the Ring of Honor Championship down and wins it in 13 minutes to capture the Ring of Honor World Championship. And the kicker is, folks, this is where Tony Khan has lost his fucking mind. And honestly, somebody needs to take the fucking pen away from Tony Khan. Because I genuinely don't know how... This is why the ratings are in the fucking toilet. And this left everybody asking, what the fuck? Why is this on the show? Tomohiro Ishii comes out and he walks through the tunnel and he points at Chris Jericho, and now he wants a Ring of Honor championship match. He walked out with Rocky Romero. Then a stare down from the ramp, and Jericho clutched the title. Briscoe was out on the floor, and the learning tree's in the ring looking at Tomohiro Ishii, and the segment comes to an end. Are you absolutely out of your fucking... Who the fuck could possibly give a single iota of a shit about this? I thought Tomohiro Ishii's excursion in North America was done. Can we send him back to Japan?
Someone left the forbidden door open again.
AEW has Wrestle Dynasty in January with New Japan. Then they have Forbidden Door happening in London this coming summer. But the Forbidden Door never closes.
They never.
How am I supposed to get excited about New Japan talent walking through the Forbidden Door if Tony Khan still left it open in fucking October?
He's got the keys, bro.
Does anybody here want to see Tomohiro Ishii on Dynamite? Their flagship show. Why are you playing this out and wasting 2 hours of my Wednesday night? You couldn't do this on Thursdays with Ring of Honor? At least then I don't have to read any reports or watch any shows. It would happen and I wouldn't know a fucking thing about it. It's the way it should be. Dead. Absolute fucking garbage. I feel sorry for Mark Briscoe. And by the way, isn't Mark Briscoe a part of the conglomeration? Where's Orange Cassidy? Where's Kyle O'Reilly? Kyle O'Reilly's the fucking geek. He's the goddamn dumbass in the parking lot waiting for the Blackpool Combat Club to show up, and they never show up. Yet his buddy is getting slammed through a fucking table.
They were busy, bro. The fuck?
Who could possibly book this shit and say, hey, man, that sounds like a great idea, Tony. I think we'll go with that. Nobody there questions how fucking stupid this all is. God, this show sucks. What a fucking disgrace. I hope the fucking ratings dip lower than fucking 500,000. They deserve it. Ridiculous. Undisputed Kingdom. You got nothing to add to this fucking stupidity?
To that? No, that's just stupid. But correction, it looks like the post from TK is legit. He posted it in reference to a post by not a post, but a promo that Drew Gulak did in the ring when he fought Masha. Drew Gulak said in the promo, he said, quote, "Did I ever in any way make you feel uncomfortable? At any time, did you feel I was a danger in the locker room? Question mark." Now, that's in reference to the comments made by Ronda Rousey after she left WWE that Drew made her feel uncomfortable. They used it in an angle in the match against Masha. Now,
no, wait a minute. Tony put this statement out in regards to this situation?
No, hold on. Now, that was put in a tweet by Air Gold, some dweeb.
He's a fucking geek.
Yeah. And Max quote tweeted and said, "Love this." So Max Caster tweeted, said, "Love this," and a clapping emoji in regards to Drew Gulak's promo and where he was throwing shade at Ronda. So then that's when TK put the statement out.
So he did put out that statement in regards to Drew Gulak's situation.
Yeah. He even put out the Max Caster's opinions are of his own, did not reflect the values of All Elite Wrestling, and the same disclaimer I give on this show most of the time. So.
First of all, why after what Drew Gulak was fired for, why is anybody employing him?
He's in the ring with Masha Slamovich, man. He's doing something right.
Well, that's my other point. That's the next point I want to make. First of all, I mean, I don't think Ronda Rousey is the type of woman that's going to go out there and fucking bullshit you. I mean, if something happened, then I'm assuming something happened. But
well, if it sounded like it could have potentially been blown out of proportion,
possibly, which I'm sure it is.
Yeah, and that's not saying that she was lying about anything. That's just saying exactly her words, the way she described it.
Yeah,
as is. the way that she said, if it went down exactly the way that she did, then it looks like it's a little bit blown out of proportion.
All right, so everybody who's, and this is obviously towards Tony too. I mean, Max Caster's beliefs are Max Caster's beliefs. Fine. But there's another woman in that segment with Drew Gulak who I'm assuming told Gulak before they went out there on Triller TV or wherever this was streaming, because it was filmed, that she was okay with being in the segment with Gulak and making a reference to this in regards to Gulak. So Monster, another woman who's not going to fucking bullshit you.
No.
Should tear your fucking intestines out if given the chance. If she was okay with it,
yeah,
then I think we should dead the fucking conversation.
Yeah. If Masha had a fucking problem with being in a match with Drew or that promo, trust me, she has no goddamn problem letting someone know that she ain't fucking doing it.
No. No. So again, whatever. People want to be angry about things like that or things of that nature, just to be angry because they don't really have anything else to complain about in life. So they got to make themselves feel important. But listen, again, Ronda said something in regards to Gulak. Everybody ran with it. We don't really know what happened. Is there any evidence of this? Was there film? We don't know. He got fired. So people are going to run with that because that's what they usually do. But like I said, Masha Slamovich, she would not be a part of something. Any woman in that case, it don't even have to be Masha. Any woman is not going to want to be a part of that, you know, if it's legit. So clearly they gave the okay, and they're going to be in that if they want to. So good for her.
Well, I think it's important that we point out that it's Masha, because Masha Slamovich is not some low-end rookie who will take any payday despite what they have to do in the ring. Masha doesn't need this bullshit. She can walk out and go fucking work anywhere in the world.
Yep.
So she didn't want to do it. She wouldn't do it. And she had no problem with it. So, I mean, and again, I'm not saying Ronda is lying by anything. I'm taking her words at face value. I'm saying everything. I listened to everything that she said, and the way that she described it, to me, it felt like it was blown a little bit out of proportion per the way she told it. Now, what if she is not being 1,000% truthful and there's more to it? I don't know. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. But from what she said, come on, man. It didn't seem like it was that big of a deal. Now, maybe she felt uncomfortable. That could be a different story. But from what she said, it didn't seem like it was that big of a deal.
Carol22 in the chat says, Jesse, the tweet by Tony was made up by a parody on Twitter.
Yeah, I keep getting that, and then I keep getting that it was put out by him in regards to this tweet. But I'm also still trying to find the original source.
Well, maybe, instead of arguing with people about his shit creative, maybe he should come out with a fucking official statement saying that statement isn't really what he said, and that's a fake account.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find the original post. Have not gotten it yet. But nonetheless, it was in regard to that tweet, though.
Moving on. After the fucking awful Tomohiro Ishii walked out, Undisputed Kingdom, they call out MJF. If you're asking, Undisputed Kingdom, didn't Adam Cole leave the Undisputed Kingdom? Well, he didn't really leave the Undisputed Kingdom, but he did say last week that he wanted to do this all on his own. And he's out there fucking bobbing his head and agreeing with Roddy and the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom, Taven and Bennett.
Yeah.
So Adam Cole came out. He's asking everybody, does everybody want story time with Adam Cole, baby? And then out comes Roderick Strong, who yells, Adam!
Forgot about that gimmick.
I'm sure Jesse was happy.
Yeah, man.
So Roderick's out there with the Kingdom, and Strong said MJF used Adam Cole and the Adam Cole brand in order to make the fans care about him. MJF didn't even check in on Cole once he was injured, but the Kingdom and Strong did, which they did. To be fair, they did. They did all those segments when Cole was at Roddy's house and he was cleaning Roddy's home. So Mike Bennett said he knows MJF believes the Undisputed Kingdom was formed to, I guess, take him out, but their friendship has always been way bigger than Max, and they started all of this together. And the fact that they started all this together, they want to finish it together. Matt Taven said a year ago, They said yes to the plan before Cole even finished his first sentence. The best moments of his life have been when they were all together. Strong says he's proud of Cole. He worked his ass off the past year to get back from that ankle injury. An ankle injury, by the way, which Adam Cole did not want to make a talking point in last week's promo, which he should have because it would have really tied up everything as far as an explanation. Cole said Strong is damn right, and they're going to finish what they started one way or another. So how about tonight they all give MJF an undisputed ass whooping? All of a sudden we see MJF on the screen, and he is laying face down on the massage table, or on a massage table, and asked Adam Cole if he remembered about the revenge he was dangling over him last week. I'll stop there. Now, when he said that, the way that Adam Cole was standing in the ring with the Undisputed Kingdom behind him, I legitimately thought, and I know I'm not the only one that thought this, that they were going to turn on him right there. Did you get that sense?
Yeah, I was expecting it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this should be, here's the turn. Adam Cole is standing like a couple of feet in front of them like an idiot. So here we go. Then it didn't happen. Then I got mad. What the fuck is this? I was promised a goddamn turn. What are we doing here?
So Adam Cole, MJF said, will never get his hands on MJF, but tells both Cole and Strong, whoever wins 3 matches first will get a match with MJF at Full Gear. MJF says he's not going to show up until they win, and he won't show up until Full Gear, and wishes whoever will be there, he says they hope, or he hopes they'll get their happy ending, because he knows he will. Wink, wink, wink. With the lovely, what was her name? Natalia?
She has a name?
Yes, I think her name was Natalia.
You say so.
He says that he will get his happy ending as he looked up at Natalia. The Undisputed Kingdom all hug and said it doesn't matter how many matches they have to win, they will do it. As we see Kyle O'Reilly looking all sad, watching on the TV in the backstage area, looking on with his buddies in the ring, all clamoring to get a match with MJF at Full Gear. So, what are we doing here? Like, coming out of last week, Jesse, we got zero explanation because Adam Cole didn't mention the ankle injury, which would have at least given people a reason to feel sympathetic to him. And he didn't mention it, but MJF went on and said that he's going to continue dangling the carrot. There are a bunch of jackals in pro wrestling, and he doesn't trust anymore. And he doesn't trust because of people like Adam Cole, because of what Adam Cole did to him at World's End. We ended up last week feeling sympathetic towards the heel in MJF over the babyface and Adam Cole. And this week, after last week, Adam Cole says he wanted to do this on his own. He's aligning himself with the Undisputed Kingdom to get back at MJF. And now we're just running the same tired, and MJF even shot tonight at this whole fucking story. You know, here's another, they got to go through a series of matches to get to MJF thing. I mean, how many times are we going to run the same MJF angle where the baby faces have to win a series of matches and go through a set of opponents to get to MJF? It's like, we didn't get an explanation, and now we're getting the same tired storyline with MJF again. I mean, that's a double whammy now, man. How are you feeling about how all of this kind of materialized coming out of tonight's show?
What championship does MJF hold to be calling the shots for wrestlers to jump through hoops to get to him?
He has Natalia.
Now, I think you confuse championships with trophies.
He's got Natalia.
It's a difference. So the way I see this, he's not a champion. This worked when you were world champion and you called the goddamn shots. You know, you have a ranking system to go through, but if you want to give somebody a title shot, then you have that ability. You're world champion. Do what the fuck you want. He's not champion of anything. So why don't they just go to Pierce, you know, or you know, the doc and find out they can get a title match?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
How is it that MJF got people jumping through hoops just to have a match with him?
Here's the other point. Roddy and Adam Cole are going to be going tit for tat in matches. Whoever gets the 3 wins first gets MJF at Full Gear. Gee, Tony, I wonder who's going to wrestle MJF at your biggest show this fall. Is it going to be Roderick Strong, who is treated like a loser with the rest of the Undisputed Era? Or is it going to be the returning Adam Cole, who is definitely going to need a series of victories to establish himself again on TV? Gee, Tony, I wonder who that's going to be. Predictable.
Spoiler alert, triple threat match.
You think?
Watch. It's gonna be a fuck finish in the last match somehow or something like that. They got to win 3 matches, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they'll both win 2 matches, and then the final match will be against each other. It'll be a fuck finish, and it'll be a triple threat match. Somebody clip that.
You may be right. I listen, I don't... MJF and Danny Garcia, didn't they have something going on coming out of Wrestle Dream? I mean, MJF put his hands on Danny Garcia again. Why aren't we doing what I originally had said on that stream with MJF teaming with Jack Perry against Adam Cole and Danny Garcia? What happened to that? Did we just move on from that? Does he not care about MJF anymore after we fucking beat the shit out of him?
Nah, he got a new deal. He got a new contract.
This is so fucking bad, man. Holy shit. I'm sure the MJF and Adam Cole match is going to be a banger. But how we are getting there, man, oh man, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks, including the pay-per-view, where you've just not done anything as far as getting me excited via a promo or an explanation. I still feel sorry for
Matthews is not winning shit.
I'll get to that in a second. I still feel sorry about MJF. They had his whole fucking title reign ended. They took everything away from him.
I'm having a hard time to feel bad for MJF after this segment. Okay.
Listen, man, if you want Natalya, go out and get a Natalya.
I'm a happily married man. I don't want anyone else.
Penelope Ford. She explains her actions on why she attacked Jamie Hayter a few weeks ago. Hayter apparently teamed with Ford in her last match 2 years ago. And she's back to remind people just who the hell she is. So Renee's
long-term booking.
Long-term laziness. Renee Paquette was backstage with Jamie Hayter, who is looking more and more like Becky Lynch every time I see her.
Right?
Dude, I legitimately thought Becky Lynch signed with AEW. Is that Becky with Renee? It's like an old school episode of Raw. She's backstage with Jamie, who said she listened to everything Ford had to say, and it's all bullshit. Hayter slept on floors, had a minus in her bank account, wrestling in front of 20 drunk men at some fucking high school gymnasium somewhere. Hayter said she'll make Ford the victim of her return and issues a challenge 2 weeks from tonight on Dynamite. Jesse, who exactly is keeping tabs on Penelope Ford and who she teamed with 2 years ago to care enough about this fucking playing out on national television, right? Who cares?
Bro, I was waiting for this to unfold the whole time that Penelope was out. I knew this would come to. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. You guys were all blinded by the smoke and mirrors of Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. I was waiting for the Penelope Ford Jamie Hayter feud, bro.
You know, it's amazing, man. There are legitimately fans, sickos out there who were clamoring for 2 years, ever since they saw Jamie Hayter come back at All In, which, by the way, I still haven't gotten my apology for because everybody like, oh, JD sucks. Look at Jamie Hayter. She's back. It doesn't matter where she comes back. Yeah, yes, it does. You fucking half-witted idiot. Look at where she's ended up. Did it make any sense? No. Did it make anything bigger for Jamie Hayter debuting at the fucking pre-show? No, it didn't. But the point I'm trying to make is that there is some sick, fat, stupid slob who's a sicko who was waiting ever since Jamie Hayter got back.
You know what I would think is a great idea, Tony? I think we should feud Jamie Hayter with Penelope Ford. Oh my god, this McDonald's cheeseburger is so delicious.
There are legitimate fans of AEW that said those exact words when they saw Jamie Hayter debut or return at All In.
I caught so much shit. I caught so much shit on Twitter for saying that this was stupid to return her to the pre-show. I remember one guy in particular, boy, he had a hard-on for it. He swore this was the greatest idea in wrestling history. I said, why don't they debut everyone on the fucking pre-show then? Well, I mean, this made more sense. Look how many eyes you get on the pre-show, bro. What the fuck? I said the same thing about Motor City Machine Guns being debuted on fucking Twitter. Look how many views it got. Then great. You know they could have uploaded their return clip or their debut clip from TV on Twitter and it still would have gotten those views. Plus, they would have showed how important that they think Motor City Machine Guns are. Nonetheless, look, I said the same damn thing when Jamie made her fucking return. That it looked like they were burying her, but I didn't want to jump the gun. And here we are right now. She feuding with Penelope Ford, dressed like a 70s sitcom star, looking like Becky Lynch. Wow. I would like those people to please jump in my goddamn mentions and explain this bullshit to me.
You don't know anything, Chi-Town Smart. The pre-show for All In is the same as the pay-per-view. The chicken sandwich from Burger King is so delicious.
That's creepy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! Listen, man. There are people of this fan base that think these things.
What did Jamie Hayter do to Tony Khan?
Honestly, if you want my honest answer, it's the fact that Tony called up Rebecca and offered her an AEW contract and basically said,
Rebecca, I'd love for you to come to AEW. We'll pay you anything you want. I could debut you on Collision with Hologram.
She said no, and then opted to turn Jamie Hayter against her will into a Wish.com version of Rebecca Quinn.
I don't.
Minus the
Little habits.
Bro, I remember when she came out. There was about 3 seconds, 3 full seconds, where I sat there and said, "Holy shit, they signed fucking Becky Lynch." I thought it was her.
I don't know.
I'm like, oh wait, no, that's not her. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm serious. It was the pre-show, so I wasn't really paying attention to the bullshit. So it was on my side screen and it was muted. All right, and I was doing something else over here, and I look over, and holy shit! Oh, that's Jamie Hayter on the pre-show. That was my reaction. I swear, I thought they had Becky for a second, man.
Whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. This is the best for Jamie Hayter. I get we gotta wait. I get you. Yeah, Mariah's way too busy with Anna Jay, man. We gotta get through Anna Jay first. Fuck out of here.
She left as your biggest star. Now, because of what you did with her upon her return, now you have to build her back up to where you already had her when she returned. She was right there. You could have slotted her into the goddamn championship match right away, and no one would have given a shit because it was her title to get back. Instead, this is what we got. She got Saraya, and now we have Penelope fucking Ford.
Who do you think you are, Chi-Town Smart? You suck, bro.
Right, man. What the? That was an easy layup right there. Your fans were asking for Jamie Hayter all over the goddamn place.
Oh, man. House of Black. Oh, God. Malachi, Brody, and Buddy Matthews. You know, I actually put in the description of this podcast tonight, I say, and I quote, and the House of Black makes a rare appearance on Wednesday night, man. I was wondering, what are we going to do with the House of Black? Are they going to be starting a new storyline? Is there going to be some substantial story that Malachi and the rest of these guys are going to get into? They wrestle Kevin Koa, Jaden Monroe, and Puerta de la Muerte.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Because
sounds like something I should be ordering at the fucking cocktail lounge.
Well, what we need to do is get the fans familiar with the House of Black. So you want to put them out there with some enhancement talent, so then the crowd knows who House of Black is. How does this make sense to anybody?
Tony. Hey, TK, how you doing, brother? Listen, how does this benefit House of Black at all? I mean, on a rare whim, you woke up today and Tony woke up in Salt Lake City as he's rented out the most beautiful hotel in the entire town, man. What town were they in tonight, man? What was the population of tonight's town? Fucking 800? All the people in the town were probably at the fucking show tonight. He woke up in his king-size bed and said, you know who I want on tonight's show, Will? I think we should go get House of Black, man. Can we find him in Salt Lake City? What is Malachi up to, man? I know he's on Saturdays. Let's fly him out to Wednesday and let's see what we can conjure up for them, man. Maybe we can come up with something cool for them. And he puts them in this match. And they win in about 90 seconds. And then after the match, yes, well, like the House of Black, I wonder what the outcome of this match is going to be. Puerta de la Muerte is going to really get one over on Malachi. But they win, Jesse, and then Buddy Matthews takes the microphone and calls out Adam Cole for a match next week on Wednesday. So Tony flies House of Black into Salt Lake City to wrestle 3 fucking bums, and then takes Buddy Matthews and puts him in a match against Adam Cole next week. Granted, going to be a great match because I think both guys are great pro wrestlers. But how does this get anybody over? You have them win in a nothing match, and then you send Buddy next week to Dynamite to lose to Adam Cole, because we all know what the outcome of that match is going to be. Gee, Tony, I wonder why nobody's watching your show weekly. Because the fucking shit is so fucking predictable, I can see it from 6 miles away. What are we doing?
Why? Brody King could have beat the crap out of these guys by himself. As a matter of fact, I would have brought House of Black out. I would have sat Malachi and had him sit there and cut the promo in the ring while my Buddy Matthews cuts the promo, and then Brody just beats the shit out of these 3 guys by himself. So Malachi and Buddy just cut the promo they're going to cut and have Brody King beat the shit out of these 3 jobbers by himself.
I genuinely, this is the best. I'm talking to all the fans now. And I know there are people watching us that hate us. I know you're still watching. I know you're going to clip us. This is the best that your guy, Tony Khan, is capable of doing. With the House of Black, which if you take all 3 of them collectively together, they probably are the best trio, maybe in the world. Buddy Matthews is absolutely fucking phenomenal. Brody King should be a breakout guy on his own. And Malachi, don't get me started, but Malachi walked out of the ring as if he didn't give a single fuck at all. He knows he's being wasted. That's the body language that I read on Malachi all through that fucking promo, and then him leaving the ring and him walking through the backstage area. And then at the end of the match, Renee goes up to Adam Cole and asks, well, what are your thoughts on Buddy Matthews calling you out for your first match after all these months? So Adam Cole walks away and he goes up to Buddy Matthews and says, you got a problem? What's your problem with me? Why are you calling me out? And Buddy Matthews says, because you're fragile. And he walks away. The fuck does Buddy Matthews give a shit about Adam Cole being fragile? They never crossed paths before. They haven't said a fucking word to each other. Now all of a sudden he cares about him being fragile? Who writes this shit?
Hey, Buddy Matthews always comes out on top.
He does. Good for him.
He won't next week, though.
No, he won't. But this is the part of the criticism that they don't want to hear. They block it out. Oh, no, I can't, man. It's too bad. It's too true. Please stop. Why? These are three guys people want to see regularly on the show. And this is how you book them. God help our souls, man. And they want to know. In fact, they don't want to know. They want to know why their fucking audience is deteriorating week over week, man. And why they got to black out 90% of the fucking arena that they're operating out of tonight.
It's because guys like us keep criticizing the company. That's why.
The House of Black is just not the name of the group. The House of Black is the name of every fucking arena that AEW wrestles in front of because they're going to black out the arena because nobody's paying to see this fucking slop. Awful. Looking forward to Buddy Matthews wrestling next week. Gee, what a treat. He's a loser. One of the best pro wrestlers in the fucking world. Yeah, you know what, Buddy? You're a loser, man. Go out there and job to Adam Cole.
We're already anticipating this L for Buddy Matthews.
Jesus Christ. We could see it. Fucking, we're 7 days out, man. It's as clear as the fucking sun is going to rise tomorrow morning. Holy shit.
No. Maybe it would have been more interesting if it was the third match, you know, and we don't know who's actually going in, and maybe this is the first goddamn match of 3 that Cole has to win. He's going to lose the first match? But wait, hold on. What was it? Did he have to win 3 matches or 3 straight matches?
Well,
First to win 3 matches.
Well, seeing that there's only 4 weeks till the pay-per-view.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah. Well, damn.
He's got to win 3 matches in a row.
Yep. Never mind then. Yeah, he's fucked.
This is where the best to wrestle, Chi-Town Smart.
God, man. He is gonna lose. So,
man.
Why put Buddy Matthews out there for this? He could have used one of these jobbers for the first match. Something.
They could have used Puerta de la Muerte.
For the first match, look, make it a gimme. Make the first ones a gimme. Make the second ones kind of interesting. And then the third one, like, ooh.
Here's another one for you. Man, we got the hit. The hits keep on coming tonight, man. And everybody tells me everything's so great in AEW, man. Oh, boy. Camille, she comes out. She's wrestling Queen Aminata. Mercedes is out there. She looks great, as always. And she's trailing behind Camille. And we get this match one-on-one. Jesse, didn't Queen Aminata wrestle Mercedes Moné last week on Dynamite? What was the outcome of that match?
Mercedes wins easily.
Mercedes wins, and nobody is put over. Mercedes is not any over with the audience. Queen Aminata was certainly not over in that match. Mercedes did nothing to make Queen Aminata look good in that match. She tapped her out. Mm-hmm. Goodbye, loser. Yep. Jesse, what was the outcome of this match tonight with Camille and Queen Aminata?
Camille wins.
Camille wins. The match went a little bit too long. This match should have went 3 minutes tops. Queen Aminata is not in any position to be booked as a strong on-screen character. I don't know why. I don't know why we're going nearly 10 minutes through a commercial break with Queen Aminata and Camille. You see, I might not be in the business, quote unquote, and they might have hired a fucking administrative coordinator to tighten up the loose ends there. But to the Mr. Wrestling coordinator over there, why is Camille in a match with Queen Aminata close to 10 minutes when she is called the Brick House and she looks the way that she does? She looks the way that she does and should be manhandling anybody that's in front of her because she's the bodyguard and the muscle for Mercedes Moné. How exactly does this make Camille look like a brick house when Queen Aminata is eating her offense and kicking out at a fucking 1 on some of this shit? Does anybody have a logical answer to that question?
So Queen Aminata gets Mercedes 1 week, fails, then she moves down the ladder to Mercedes Heavy, and she loses that one.
Yeah, it's like they did it opposite.
Are we gonna keep going down the? Who is she fighting next? She fighting Aubrey Edwards next week.
Who knows? It may be fucking Puerta de la Muerte next week. Who knows?
I mean, who's next? Who is she? I mean, will we get Emi Sakura next week? Who we get for Queen Aminata next week? Are we going just completely down the ladder here? Where are we going next?
My point is, Camille is supposed to be a fucking force. You put her in a match with Queen Aminata that went through a commercial break, and Queen Aminata ate a significant portion of her offense to kick out, to kick out, to kick out. Camille eventually got the win. But then you go ahead and book a match for next week between Camille and Chris Statlander, which, again, 7 days out, Jesse and I don't need fucking glasses to see where this is going. Camille is going to lose because Statlander is going to get Mercedes at the pay-per-view, and how is Statlander going to get a title match if she doesn't go through Camille? So why didn't you have Camille come out and bury Queen Aminata, who, I don't want to upset the Queen Aminata brigade out there, but your woman's a loser. She means nothing to AEW television. I don't know what the fucking fetish is with Queen Aminata on television. What has she done? Is it just the flavor of the month for Tony Khan to feature some new talent because he's got to? Hey, man, look at my division. I got Queen Aminata. You might not know who the fuck she is, but here she is. How did she look good the last 2 weeks? Is anybody going to care more than they did before about Queen Aminata? Zero. Camille needed to dispose of Queen Aminata easily tonight. She gets Stat. She's going to lose next week. I don't understand this booking. I really don't understand the way that they went about this because Camille Jesse at the end of this is going to lose to Stat, and Stat's going to get the title match against Mercedes at Full Gear.
Yep.
So what are we doing?
Yep. And I don't know.
Oh, but JD doesn't know what he's talking about, man.
I know a lot more than a lot of people are willing to admit, man. This shit is fucking garbage. Garbage. Amateur hour. How could I book a better fucking scenario than the people that legitimately work there?
I texted you earlier. I said it probably would have made more sense if they booked Queen Aminata and Camille first, and somehow it's some miracle of a fluke roll-up or interference or something, have Queen Aminata actually win over Camille. I understand that they want Camille and Stat, so you make sure that Camille looks strong in the ending and get a beat down after the fact. It was a fluke win. It never should have happened. But then we progress to Mercedes because she, at the end of the day, did beat Camille. Then she can lose to Mercedes. Now you get some kind of juice flowing for Queen Aminata, who's not just out there just losing every goddamn thing, but she lost to Camille, then she lost to Mercedes. If she goes any further down the goddamn ladder, she'll be fucking losing to Jamie Hayter next. Now, I mean, how low is she gonna go and keep losing?
How does that? If your idea is to push and feature Queen Aminata on your television show, don't you think that people are gonna associate liking her and feeling any emotion towards her after a win? How are they going to feel that after a loss? Like, why aren't you featuring her in a prominent way if you want to feature new talent, new growing talent, and book and feature new talent on the up and up? I don't understand it. How does anybody look at her anything but a loser?
New Prime sub.
New Prime sub.
New Prime sub.
It's Bays 97.
There we go.
Thank you guys very much, man. Appreciate you guys. Look at this, man. We got another 10 followers on Twitch.
The Twitch community is growing. I'm out here chatting away with the Twitch
there you
chat,
go.
man. So
there you go.
Oh, there's 100 bits, I think.
Look at that. That's 400 bits from Classy.
Look at that.
Nice. Thank you guys very much, man. I know I'm right, Matt. I know I'm right. I'm always right when it comes to this shit. Queen Aminata loses. Camille bridged into a 2 count after Aminata wrapped up Camille like a pretzel. Camille tried a power bomb. Aminata rolled through for another near fall. Camille managed to get a torture rack into a sit-out slam or power bomb, but Aminata kicked out. And then Monet demanded Camille to finish her, which was a spinning reverse neck breaker, which won it. And that was basically it. Monet walked in to celebrate with Camille. Chris Statlander came out face-to-face ahead of their match next week. Monet tried to talk trash and followed up with a cheap shot, which Statlander no sold, and both fought off both easily until Monet grabbed the leg, allowing Camille to hit the spinning neck breaker and stand tall with Mercedes at the end of the segment. You know, I thought that they hired a new creative writer to help with the women's division. What happened to that?
That's a good question. Jennifer Peppermint, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, yes, Jennifer Peppermint, yes.
Maybe we should tweet her. Is she active on social media?
Probably not. She doesn't want to hear from me, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, somebody hasn't blocked us yet. Let's get started on that right away.
Yeah, well, this shit is garbage. I'm sorry. Mercedes, I love Mercedes, and so does Jesse. This run this year, this may be her worst year since her first year in NXT. Awful. This is, I don't believe how the mighty have fallen. Her booking is fucking terrible. The only thing of note that she's done this year that was worth anything was Willow. Match was very good. And the match with Stephanie Vicker. That's it.
Yeah.
Outside that, her 2024 has been a complete and utter failure. And Tony don't care. Neither does she, because she's collecting the fucking easy money from some fucking dumb mark who willingly will pay whatever he can to get the best wrestlers in the world and then book them like this. Awful.
I'm gonna need one of those disclaimers out. The thoughts of JD are of JD alone.
There was already a disclaimer on the intro of this show. That should handle all these problems.
I need like a wipe or something.
I don't care, man. You want me? Listen, man. After this weekend, man, the boot is gonna be on the neck even harder now, man. I'm not letting go. You got to join me in the fucking brigade, man, to make this show better. We can do it. We did it with WWE. We can do it.
No, we just got Vince caught up in his own scandals, man.
That's all right. Hook. Wait, a car arrived before Hook. A car arrived in the arena as the AEW fucking loser brigade is outside waiting for the Blackpool Combat Club. Out walks Christian. It wasn't even the Blackpool Combat Club. He sees Kip Sabian sneaking around in between cars, and he chased Kip Sabian into the arena. This is where Hook was shown storming backstage. He walked out to the ring because he was going to confront the attackers, the people who attacked his father, Taz. Renee asked him who the attackers are. He said they are in the ring. Or he is in the ring. There were multiple people in the ring. We didn't know who it was. So he goes out to the ring. He's about to attack Christian Cage. When Sabian is in the ring, all of a sudden, he hits a low blow on Hook. Christian says he knows why Sabian took his pen to prevent him from cashing in the title shot. And he knows why he's doing what he's doing, but I will deal with you later. Go stand in the corner and mind your business and shut your mouth. Nick Wayne tried Wayne's World once. Hook got red rum. Cage hit him in the back with the contract, and Wayne's World was eventually hit by Nick Wayne. And Christian hits kill switch on Hook on the contract in the steel casing that it is in. Cage then whispered to, I believe it was Nick Wayne, that this isn't what it is. It's not what it seems. As the patriarchy walked off with Sabian and Hook, or he mentioned Tyler. Who's Tyler? I put Tyler in my notes. Did you?
Tyler is Hook.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah,
okay.
Hook's name is Tyler.
Okay. So I just must have mixed up the lines here. I guess he called Hook by his real name, and it's not what it seems. As the patriarchy walked off with Sabian, as Hook is left to lay in the middle of the ring. I like this because Kip Sabian, Jesse, you told me tonight that I didn't know this previously. Kip Sabian's father recently passed away.
Yes, he did pass away. I'm not sure how recent it was, but he definitely passed away. I looked that up tonight.
So Kip could be looking for a new father figure, and we all know that that's Christian's MO. And if Christian attacked Taz, he is the guy that is going to take Hook and maybe make him into a better man than Taz or anybody else before Taz has done before. So I actually quite like this. I think Hook and Christian Cage working a storyline as far as that is concerned is good. And Christian, anything he does is money.
Yeah, man. I remember coming here and being so disappointed by Christian Cage joining.
Yep.
And my God, as he turned that one around, man, he has been an absolute breath of fresh air in everything that he's done, man.
Yep.
No notes, no complaints on Christian Cage. We got a pretty big dono over here on Twitch, man.
Oh boy, we got Classy with a 1,500 in bits. Oh yeah, I got a hit. Hey, I got work early. Keep up the good work, gentlemen. I don't watch AEW, but I listen in the background on YouTube. Thank you, Classy. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
1,500 bits from Classy. We got 10,923 on Twitch. We got 18 subs. Love to see the growth over there, man. Thank you guys very much, my Twitch community. Main event.
Yeah. Tyler Sonercha is Hook.
I did not know that.
And Kip Sabian's father did pass away. I saw he did an interview about it or something like that. He spoke on it. So there you go. He's gonna fit right in Christian Cage's crew, man.
Main event: Daniel Garcia, Private Party, Elite, Jack Perry, Matthew, and Nicholas Jackson. This was basically a way to get the Blackpool Combat Club involved with all of the quote-unquote future guys that they're pushing to help save AEW. Obviously, Danny Garcia is going after the TNT title and Jack Perry. Tag team titles, obviously, are going to be Private Party and the Young Bucks. And the post-match here, yes, they ended the show with us going off the air caring, or them asking us to care about fucking Chuck Taylor. Great. Garcia and Perry brawl. Zay and Quen wiped out the Bucks. Dueling dives. Match began. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. Bucks hit their double team on Zay. We go into a picture-in-picture. Back from break, Stokely is still sitting front row, talking trash to Zay as commentary talks about Hathaway not having a purpose. Well, I mean, he did have purpose with Chris Styland until you fucking randomly ripped him out of that situation. So he's out there not having a purpose as Excalibur, no one to manage. Garcia was trying for the hot tag. Matthew pulled him from the apron at the last second, sent him into the guardrail. Jack Perry connected with a powerbomb on Garcia through the timekeeper's table. Bucks hit risky business on Mark Quen, or on Isaiah. Sorry, on Isaiah. It's funny they keep calling him Zay. I gotta call him Zay from now on. Zay managed a double takedown off the top. Hot tag to Mark Quen. He was a house on fire. Bucks rolled through a double Hurricane, which kind of looks sloppy. Super kick party. Zay tagged back in. Perry hit a poison rana. Hung up in the ropes. Double stomp into a powerbomb. Got the Bucks a 2 on Zay. Garcia recovered. He sent Perry flying over the barricade with a big boot. Zay battled off both Matthew and Nicholas, who wanted a TK driver, but Private Party hit the silly string into a cradle for the flash pin, and they ended up pinning the tag team champions. Post-match, Isaiah Cassidy took the microphone and told the Bucks that they proved they have their number and again asked for a rematch for the tag team titles. The Bucks walked off until Zay said, listen, we have an offer that you cannot turn down. If Private Party loses their rematch against the Bucks for the tag team titles, Private Party as a team will split up for good. Mark Quen seemed surprised by this, but the Bucks accepted, and Zay was psyched about the match being on for next week. Now, the thing with that, Jesse, before we get into the closing angle, it was last week's show where Stokely Hathaway pointed at Isaiah Cassidy and told Isaiah Cassidy that he is the breakout singles star in Private Party over Mark Quen. And Isaiah Cassidy said, if that's what we got to do, then that's what we got to do. And this week we get him throwing out the stipulation that if they lose, they split up. Are we looking at Private Party splitting up as a team on AEW television? And if so, what the fuck does that do for anybody in this situation?
It hurts everybody. The tag team division needs them to stay together. separated, they have absolutely zero value. Zero.
Absolutely zero value.
Absolutely zero value as individual competitors. Why? Because there are way too many individual competitors who already are having a hard time getting over and getting TV time. You're just going to add 2 more. Giving the tag team titles is a little premature because you haven't done anything with them. I really think they booked themselves into a creative corner on this one.
Now, if they lose in any way, do they split up?
They told us they were going to.
If they don't win the titles, they split up. That's it. If they don't win the titles, it's over.
That's supposed to be it. The way they set it up now, they don't win, and they have a falling out over it because they know Mark didn't even really want to do it like this. I mean, it's all laid out to potentially break up. It's also laid out they could potentially win it, but I think either way, it's a bad idea.
Well, let's look at it this way. If they win it, what good does it do them? Because they are a dead team as we see them. No matter how they want to push them on TV. Oh my God, they beat the Young Bucks. That's great. They were still booked into fucking obscurity for the last 5 years. So no matter what the AEW sickos want to think, this is not Tony Khan creating new stars because they themselves are not new stars. They've been with AEW since day one. If Tony wanted to book them as the team, as an elite established team that have been with AEW all this time, that would have started years ago. Don't get me started on them becoming now an elite team. It's too late for that. It is going to take more than just fucking 4 weeks to make us believe that Private Party is a top team in the division. As far as everybody's optics, they are still a loser team. So if they win the championships, they don't do nothing for the titles, and the titles does nothing for them. So that's a loss right there. And then
putting titles on people does not make them stars.
No. They need to be established to make those titles mean something, not the other way around. Yeah. And if they lose, Mark Quinn is finished. Let's be honest, he's finished. And Isaiah Cassidy, what is he gonna do in a sea of talent on the AEW roster as a solo? Nothing. This is awful.
With all due respect to Proud and Powerful, they tried it and it didn't work out for them. And I think they would be stronger as individuals than Private Party.
Book them into a corner. No matter which decision you make, it is the wrong one. Backstage, the Blackpool Combat Club truck arrives to the arena, and out comes just Marina Shafir. It was all a diversion. Pac, Claudio, Wheeler all attack Garcia and Private Party with chairs. Jon Moxley, wearing all black and out there in a mask, drags Chuck Taylor down the ramp and to the ring as they initially placed the chair around the ankle, but instead moved it to around his neck. Claudio stomped on it. He delivered the Pillmanizer, and they bailed. Yuta initially shocked before the AEW crew rushed to the ring. Yuta also bailed with the rest of the Blackpool Combat Club. The Elite watched on as this all happened on the ramp, and Orange Cassidy ran out there, who was stunned and laid by Chuck Taylor's side as he was tended to by doctors as the segment comes to a somber ending. Jesse, we waited 2 hours for the Blackpool Combat Club to arrive after they were announced for tonight's show, and the closing angle was them and Jon Moxley appearing for less than 90 seconds, and they attacked, and we waited for them to attack and close the show, attacking Chuck Taylor. Wow.
We didn't even know he was backstage. We didn't even know he was a producer until tonight.
Tony, no wonder the ratings are in the fucking toilet. And you don't have the NBA season starting to blame. The World Series doesn't start till Friday. You know, Jimmy Jacobs isn't there to blame anymore. We all know that Jimmy Jacobs was a scapegoat firing. Nothing about that story smelled legit to me whatsoever. Jimmy Jacobs was fired, and he was a scapegoat firing to boot. You putting the fucking article out, everybody put the article out there as a fucking positive PR spin to take the heat off Tony Khan and the shit way he's been booking the fucking shows lately. You don't have Jimmy Jacobs to blame anymore. AEW's fans don't have Jimmy Jacobs to blame anymore. Who's to blame now? What's the problem?
Why is Wheeler Yuta so apprehensive about this attack? Wasn't he a part of the Bryan Danielson murder a couple of weeks ago?
He suffocated Bryan Danielson.
Okay, so he is an official fucking asshole on board with all of this BCC shit. Why is he all back to, I can't believe this is happening? We thought he was on the asshole train with everyone else. Why is he so apprehensive about this?
We haven't heard a single thing from Willie Yuta. We haven't heard a single thing from Orange Cassidy. Not a single thing from Darby Allin. Hook apparently is not a part of this storyline because they're moving him on to Christian Cage. Nothing from Private Party. Nothing from anybody. Nothing. What are we? How are we supposed to be emotionally invested in this? No update on Bryan Danielson.
Oh, he's dead.
There's no reason given as to why Jon Moxley is targeting Orange Cassidy. Not a fucking thing outside cryptic messages and quotes. Why is he now targeting Orange Cassidy? What are the Elite doing? Are the Elite saving AEW eventually from the Blackpool Combat Club? Are they in cahoots because they couldn't take over the company by themselves? Did they enlist the Blackpool Combat Club? Is Shane McMahon involved with everybody here? The Elite, the Blackpool Combat Club, is this a major takeover of AEW? Are they going to save AEW from the Blackpool Combat Club? What are we doing? How does anybody find any interest in that? Show sucks.
I came here with the intention of being positive for this show, too.
Jesse, this show sucks. Awful. It's sad. It's depressing. It's lost. It feels lost.
Bro, we have a tier 1 subscription from someone from Austria. Bruh. Is that Gunther territory?
Reyes Brews with 300 bits. Thank you, brother. And Dennis the Menace resubscribed at tier 1. They've been subscribed for 2 months. Hi, guys. Greetings from Austria. OTS for life. That is Gunther country, yes.
Oh, man. Look at that, man.
Tony! I know you're listening, bro, because you admitted to me on Twitter that you watched for 5 years, and you said you didn't really agree with anything I've said in 5 years. Yes, you have. I got the fucking DMs to prove it. This show sucks. This show is lost. Full Gear is looking like some of the worst build that AEW has ever given us for a PLE or a pay-per-view. Rampage, Kingdom versus Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty versus Gates of Agony and Ricochet's open challenge. I will not be watching. And Dynamite next week. Young Bucks defend the AEW Tag Team titles against Private Party. Swerve versus Shelton. Chris Statlander versus Camille. And Adam Cole versus Buddy Matthews. Now, next week's Dynamite on paper looks like a solid show. I will give them credit. They have done a very good job of letting us know what's to come in the next week, in the next 2 weeks. So good on that. Keep that up. I also like that they actually put up a graphic and a vignette showcasing where they're going to be going as far as the brand is going all through October and the rest of November. More of that. Let people know where you're going to be so that people would be interested to buy tickets and come out to the shows. But all in all, AEW feels lost. I can't get behind this. I can't get behind it right now. It is bad. And it's a lot bad than people are really letting on. And me, Solid Monster, there are a couple others that are going to really let you know how it is. And we have every right to do that. And right now, it's not good. It's not good at all. You could sit there and say it's good. It ain't. We got 3,000 people in here. And we had a sample size where I posed the question on social media, why aren't you guys watching AEW? If you're not watching AEW, you're certainly watching it less. Give me a reason why. Jesse, we got almost 1,000 different comments in regards to that one question. Over 80,000 views on that tweet alone. If that ain't a good sample size for Tony to look at, I don't know what we're doing here, man.
I don't know. Because the people that come here and give honest opinions, they seem to not like that. But the people that don't give their opinions, they just turn the television off and stop opening their wallets. I guess they would rather have that.
Jesse, how many times did people reach out to us when we were glazing the product for the first 3 years?
I don't remember a single DM. Not a single one that said, hey, guys.
Nope.
Thanks for the. I take that back. There is one guy. You know who it is. There's one guy, and he's been Mr. Consistent through right and wrong, good or bad. There's one guy in that locker room who has reached out when we were saying great things about the company. Other than that, no one has said any fucking thing.
Absolutely. Not one single thing has said or been said to us when we were positive and you couldn't pay us to say anything bad about this show. Now all of us, the second we started saying what we really felt and how the show kind of took on a decline, apparently we're the worst fucking people in the community.
DMs filled.
And by the way, I wanna address something right now because I spoke to a very good personal friend of mine in regards to this situation. Jesse was with me in London last year. Apparently, there is a rumor going around by some person within AEW that I've never had any communication with at all, where apparently they said that I begged to get into the All-In after party last year while we were in Wembley. Now, this is absolutely not true because Jesse and I were coming from the hotel that Jesse was staying at because we had drinks upstairs in the lounge, and we decided to go take a stroll outside to see what the vibe and the feel was. We walked conveniently past the bar where the talent was coming out of because, Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, we saw Tony Storm walk out of the after party. We saw Tony Khan walk out with Eddie Kingston, and Tony was just in a rush to get back to the fucking hotel. I don't know where he was going. But we walked by, we saw all this commotion, we saw a bunch of people standing outside, and then all of a sudden we see Simon Miller standing outside, and we ended up talking to Simon Miller. I ended up talking to Simon Miller for a good 20 minutes or so. We were bullshitting about music. We were talking about Metallica, and, you know, I'm a big fucking power metal guy, Symphony X, and we were talking about music. You know, and he had a big weekend himself. We were just chit-chatting. He knew who I was. It was a good conversation. And then all of a sudden, there's a rumor going around that I begged to get into the after party with the talent. I did not. I did not beg a single fucking person. I had friendly banter, random banter. It wasn't like it's a fucking buddy-buddy relationship with one talent there who I asked, I'd love to buy him a drink as a thank you for what he's done because we appreciate what he does. He told me he couldn't do it that night. I left it at that. And then we went about our way. But for me to be fucking blasted on social media about begging to get into the town, I didn't beg anybody, motherfucker. Not a single person.
That? I was the one that was facilitating that engagement as well. That was me.
There you go.
And I had a reason behind it too.
Giancarlo. There you go, brother. There you go. Jesse X. I didn't ask shit. Dax. There you go, brother.
Me. And also, want to reference to that, Eddie Kingston. I talked to Eddie. Eddie Kingston was a reference to that as well.
There you go. Hopefully that deads that discussion. So if you heard that fucking rumor going around on social media in the mayhem that was Tony Khan mentioning me on Twitter, then you see that. Now you know the real story. I didn't beg shit. I asked a talent that I very much appreciate in that company if I could buy him a drink as a thank you. He couldn't do it because I knew he was up there. Went about my way, saw Simon Miller, got an Uber, and went back to the fucking city to go to bed. Done deal.
Man.
There you go.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Sorry. I'm not a fucking mark. Ridiculous. Lame rumor. Anyway, let's get into these super chats and get the hell out of here. We appreciate you guys very, very much. YouTube's not showing me the super chats. There they are. Make sure you guys go follow Jesse and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Everything you need is linked down below. You guys know what to do on this side of things. And thank you to my Twitch family, man. You guys were fucking great tonight. I'd love to see that energy when we are back live on Friday for Friday Night SmackDown. It's going to be a big show.
Tomorrow, live tomorrow night.
There you go.
On my channel. Week in review.
There you go. Ian Thunder, thank you, brother, for the 100 and super chat. Michelle with a 2. Can't wait for your State of the AEW address tomorrow. I will keep you guys posted on that. Mr. Baydala tweeted me and said he would let me know what's going on with that. I will keep you guys posted on social media, so please keep an eye and an ear out. But I got thumbnails and I got layouts all made, so. Michelle also says, should we put Darby on a milk carton? Mox, OC at Full Gear. Yes, that's the direction that they're going. Nick Williams with 29 months. Why is Triple H successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Tony Khan and AEW on Wednesday night? Long-term booking. How's that for a new intro? Yeah, I got to change that. Somebody want to change that for me? Better yet, maybe we could get a new intro made. Nick Williams, thank you, brother. Cake with a $2 super chat. After tonight, it has to be Eddie who beats Mox. Dude, Eddie's not back until next summer. His injury was bad. He ain't going to be back. Mr. Premium with a $9.99. Well, I was at the show. You could hear a pin drop during more than half the show. I was spelling OTS in ACL, or ASL, sorry, ASL during certain parts, and I think I made it on screen. What happened to this show, man? I don't know. I don't know, man. It's not good right now. It's not good. And yes, it was quiet on TV too. It was, you could tell by the attendance, man. It's just awful. The show has no life to it. Bounce with a $4.99. Dynamite was a complete mess. Adam Cole and MJF feuding is confusing. Why would MJF go back to being a heel? Love the streams. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Bounce. I don't know, man. We asked these questions 2 weeks in a row. We can't figure it out. Mr. Premium, $9.99. They advertised Moxley for a week like he was going to have a full segment just for him to have his Bane moment in AEW looking like a robber from Gotham City. Yeah, and then he ended up attacking Chuck Taylor. That's what we waited for. That's how they sold it to us. Wow. Wow. Chris Lloyd with a 5. I stopped watching Dynamite and changed the channel. Why the fuck is Jericho on TV? Why wasn't Swerve talking about his match next week? They are lost as fuck. Yeah. They don't care, bro. They don't care to book weekly episodic television that matters. It's all booked week to week. Day to day, honestly. Wednesday to Wednesday. They book the show on Wednesday when they get to the arena. Nax, what's up, brother? 4 months. Thank you for doing what you do, JD. Staying true and not folding under the pressure of dirt sheets and the AW locker room trying to witch hunt you. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for the kind words on Instagram, brother. David Thiering, thank you as always for the 100 bomb. Thank you, man. Xavier Lopez with the new membership. Xavier, thank you for joining us on OTS. What the fuck is Xavier Lopez drinking? Tony Khan feared for his life. Khan spelled C-O-N with a $5 super chat. My expectations are so low that I'm enjoying anything that AEW does. Man, you guys asked me to do that with NXT. I'm not doing that with AEW. Not with this roster, not with this payroll. Absolutely not. El Mase with a $4.99. That OTS disclaimer would make a great shirt. I would wear it to a Dynamite taping. Salrex. You know what to do, brother.
You get kicked out.
Yeah. El Mase, you'd get kicked out, brother. Just like fucking Riley Otteson. Which I'm going to screenshot his message right now. El Mase, thank you, brother. Yuri Lover with a $10 super chat. Happy Red Skies Wednesday, JD and Jesse. Have you seen Terrifier yet? No, I haven't. It's way better than AEW. Also, have you seen Joker 2? No, I refuse to watch. I didn't even see Joker 1.
Oh, I did, and I heard Joker 2 was terrible.
Yeah. If so, I almost walked out with Harley Quinn and Joker's supporter. OTS for life. Thank you, Yuri. No, I didn't see either of these movies. I'm not really a big movie goer. That's just me. I don't know about Jesse, but I do not watch or go to movies in the theater. I wait for them to come home.
I'll go to the good ones. I'll go to big premieres, but other than that, movies come to home so fast these days. I can wait.
Yeah. Screen cap that. I'm going to post that later or tomorrow. Man of 1,005 holds, $5 super chat. AEW lazy term booking. Where's Swerve? MJF just filming everywhere. They made My Queen look bad. Good thing was Shelton, Fletcher, and Adam. Yeah. Shelton was by far the best match of the night, for sure. Mr. 12 to 5 with a new membership. Thank you, brother. What the fuck are you drinking? Cake with a $2 super chat. The white rope at the ending shot means OC snapped. The white rope at the ending? The fuck does that mean? Did you see a white rope? No?
Don't remember seeing a white rope. I could have missed it, but yeah, I don't remember seeing that one.
Kinston Stanley with a 26 months. Private Party better win. There's absolutely nothing for them as single stars with this current roster. They need to resurrect this dead tag team division. Yes, Kinston, if they do win, they are not in a position to make those titles look good at all. And I don't really see them holding the championship for that long either, even if they do win it. So what's the point?
It's a double whammy putting the titles on someone who are not really deserving, because not only are the titles not helping them, now whenever they lose them and drop them to whoever they do, it doesn't even make them look good either, because you just got them from a bunch of people who weren't really doing shit with them.
Yeah. Cake with a $2 super chat. Someone said Elite is the Gov and BCC is the cartel. Okay. I don't want to see the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club together at all in any sense. I don't. I think the Elite are like Jericho. Honestly, they're just everything they do is just so unexciting. And Okada, the way that he's been booked, it was funny to start, but I mean, imagine you're a New Japan elitist and you're seeing the way Tony Khan's been booking Okada. Are you happy? I know I'm not. Wolf Dragon Monster down with a $5 super chat. Hey guys, oh boy, can't wait for Hollow Puke to rise up and take out Mox and Blackpool Combat Club. It's almost like they want to chase away viewers. I need a drink. Thank you, Wolf Dragon. That's Adam Pearce's line on Monday. Miami Everything for Life 305 with a 199. He says Mercedes Monet's outfit was revealing. Well, it usually is. She's a beautiful woman. I ain't complaining.
Nah.
Colonel with a 5. Where are the main event babyfaces? The fans have already made their minds up about these goons. Their booking has been botched for years. Bro, nobody believes in any of the fucking people they're pushing to the top here. Nobody.
Will Ospreay.
Not those guys. The geeks in the Blackpool Combat Club angle. Nobody believes in them as top guys.
Jeez, man. Those are jobbers, man.
Yeah. Man of 1,005 holds. $2 super chat. Ricochet is now Mr. Rampage. Good job, Tony. Yeah. Didn't take him long at all. Sidro with a 5. I looked up opaque. The definition wasn't very clear. Also, what do you call a teacher that don't fart in public? A private tutor. Any comment there, Jess?
The second one was okay. Second one was okay. All right. The first one, no.
Thank you, Sidro. Gavin Deeth with a 5. Thoughts on Murder Cage and if Don Callis would be good enough to be the big bad authority figure. I don't care, but I think Brian Cage is great. I think Lance Archer is a lost cause. And I don't really give a shit about them being a tag team. I don't care.
At least not yet. I don't hate the pairing. I don't hate the pairing. Fucking just two big brawlers. I don't hate the pairing, but it was just thrown together. And yeah, like you said, we don't really have a reason to be in love with them right now yet. So.
Billy with a Billy Bomb, $50 bomb here by Billy Mini Bomb. JD and Jesse, do we see Shane McMahon coming in still? Yes, I do.
I don't know, man.
Chris Lloyd.
Always possible.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's coming in. Chris Lloyd with a $2 super chat. AEW feels like 2018, 2019 Raw. It's a good way to put it. For sure. Gavin Thieth with a 5. Athena should have been in Stat's spot getting a title versus title match with Mercedes. I would save Athena for Texas because that's where she's from, and I would do that match at All In, and I would have her beat Mercedes. Hopefully that is the case. Sways with a 2. Simple question, team. Where the fuck is Wardlow? It's a good question. Apparently he's injured. Apparently he's very injured.
No, I might have something going on with Wardlow. I'll tell you after the stream.
All right. Colby Duran with a $4.99. All these Ring of Honor champs on TV except the one we want. Where the hell is Athena? Also, poor Jay Lethal sat outside waiting like a loser. He's been wasted bad. Yeah. Jay Lethal wrestled Mike Santana at our last House of Glory show, and he looked better in that one match with Santana than he has on AEW television all year. JP5150, 49 months. Anyone else besides me sick and tired of the incoherent bookings of Tony Brain Dead Khan? Fuck my life. What an appalling show. Yeah, JP, it's fucking bad, bro. It is bad. Bearded Beast with 5 months. Keep up the good work, guys. OTS for life. Listening while I do some tattooing. I appreciate you, brother. Hopefully we can keep you company while you're doing your thing. Cake with a $2 super chat. Max's comments were about supporting Drew Gulak. Yes. Killer Swag with 26 months. Hashtag boycott Tony Khan. I wish, but it ain't gonna happen. Dom Wappa with 16 months. Recently stopped caring to watch Dynamite. If I want to know what happened, I'll watch OTS. Maybe when Omega comes back, I'll watch again, but I just can't. Dom Wappa, you ain't the only one that feels that way, man. Wrestle with deep thought. $2 super chat. I think JD Vance rallies draw more than AEW. I would agree with you. Chris with the 27 months. 27 months in the best community in the IWC. The way AEW's booking stuff, it's going down WCW 2000 territory. Thank you, JD, for what you do. Hashtag OTS for life. Thank you, Chris. I wasn't a WCW watcher, so I don't know what you mean by that, but I know it was bad. I don't know how bad it actually was because I didn't watch. There's a better way for me to put it. 352 car guy with a $5 super chat. JD, I got halfway through this show and I had to shut it off. I hope they fix it soon. I miss the old show. Brother, we all miss it. It ain't the same AEW anymore. Tony could say the feeling is back. It ain't back. Sidro with a $2 super chat. 4 out of 5 suffer from diarrhea. Means one other enjoys it. I don't know who enjoys diarrhea, bro. Do you enjoy diarrhea, Jesse?
Okay, I like that one.
The Wrestling DeLorean podcast of the $4.99. So the big angle tonight is an attack on Chuck Taylor. Can we please have someone with a half a brain cell stir this ship? Yeah. That's what we got. We waited 2 hours for Chuck Taylor, bro. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Joseph Taylor with a $5 super chat. Jamie versus Penelope in 2 weeks in my hometown of Manchester, New Hampshire. Thank God I'm not going to the show. TK needs to book better shows. Joseph, I wouldn't give this company a fucking dime. I'm so lost, bro. With a $2 super chat. JD, do that voice again. Fucking funny as shit. Which one? Which one? The,
You don't know anything, shy talents, Mark.
that one? Sidro with a 5. If Cole knew H was taking over and the Vince McMahon shit, pun intended, happened, he would have stayed. Then him and Cody or Gunther could have happened at Mania. Hashtag feels bad. Adam Cole will be back in WWE. There's no way he stays. This is awful.
Yeah.
Mason the Legend with a 199. Can you do the who cares thing? Who cares? I'm so lost, bro. With $2 super chat, JD should do the Power Rangers putty voice. No. No, we're not going to do the putties didn't show up tonight, man. Top Flight was they were looking like lost losers in the parking lot.
In the parking lot. Everybody in that fucking parking lot probably has a good gripe as to complain as to why they're not being used correctly.
Wrestling DeLorean podcast with a 499. Malachi Black looks as happy being there as Diddy does in jail. Oh, my goodness. Learning Tree Jericho, $10 super chat. I remember when Malachi got to AEW, they were slow burning a story with his damaged eye getting darker each week. That was allegedly leading to him becoming Lucifer incarnate. It got dropped and forgotten. Yeah, that was
Malachi's idea.
Well,
too.
yeah, but that's when Cody was there, and when Cody went away, Tony said, "Fuck this shit. I'm booking the way I want, and you're all my toys. Get out there and do what I want." So that's what happened there.
Probably.
Best in the world, Matt, with a $5 super chat. Want to watch some good wrestling and rarities? WWE's Vault channel on YouTube has been on fire recently. They aired Halloween Havoc 1998 this past Sunday. Yes, I did see that.
Aren't all of those matches on the fucking network?
Yeah.
So you can just watch them all on demand whenever you want.
I guess the unpredictability of what they're going to upload next is what is catching people's eyes.
Okay, sure.
Francis Loop with a $10 super chat. And he goes on and does 3 of them. I love the opening video package, the real tones, the scene in the desert, and the background music. Not that hokey-pokey Hollywood overscripted shit we get with Cody and Roman in the football field. Bro, that was fucking epic, man. That was great stuff. Give me a break. He says also, I guess Karen Jarrett is waiting for Marina Shafir outside. Great to see Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, and even the Butcher out there. Jeff Jarrett should be the manager type for their group, the leader. Well, Francis, it sounds like you may actually already work for AEW Creative.
You don't want Jeff Jarrett on TV.
No. And he says, let me put this to bed. Darby Allin is not Sting to the Blackpool Combat Club's Moxley. Darby is the Rey Mysterio Jr. being thrown like a lawn dart into the production truck by Kevin Nash. Okay.
Sure.
I just wish he was on the show to give us a fucking explanation about what he thinks. Tony Khan feared for his life with a $5 super chat. I lunged at my boss today. We go to the same gym, and he was showing me how to do lunges. It's been so long, I forgot how. I almost fell into him. Bro, if there's one thing I can't stand doing, it's lunges, man. They are awful.
I think that was supposed to be a joke.
Yes, I know. Okay. Yes, I know. Bearded Beast with a $10 super chat. You're making a night of weak wrestling still entertaining. I really just want AEW to get better. I wish TK would start listening to what you and others have told him to fix instead of attacking you. Yeah, me too, Bearded Beast. That's not going to happen, though.
They have been listening to us.
Well, they do listen to us, but they don't take anything that we say into consideration because they are always right and we are always wrong.
How many times have they literally used ideas we pitched on here on the show?
A lot.
Now, sometimes they do it the wrong way, but they pick out the ideas here and there.
Francis with a $5 super chat. With all the guys outside, Moxley will need more guys. Wardlow, Miro, and a super heavy heel muscle in Big Bill. Get comedic Big Bill away from Jericho. Now, we're not adding... Miro and Wardlow will not find their way back to television at all, bro. They're done.
Was Miro granted his release?
No. Not yet. Wolf, Dragon, Monster Den with a $5 super chat. You think this week's show sucked? Wait till next week. I'll show you guys. Good. Hologram will save the day. Yeah. In Tony Khan's voice. No. Please, no. I don't want to see Hologram anywhere near Dynamite. Who else do we got here? We got Hassan with a 5. ADHD Wrestling. Yeah. Justin with a 199 with the NBA coming back. I've lost interest in AEW. You and many others. The Abyss with a 999. In the beginning, I thought Tony would avoid the mistakes of the past, but somehow he fell into the worst mistakes of Vince and WCW. So fucking sad. They want people to stop watching? Okay. Well, it's the people that Tony surrounded himself with. He doesn't have a writing team. He's got a bunch of fucking absolute amateurs working around him. And Tony himself is an amateur. He's not a creative genius. He's a matchmaker. He knows how to make a great match. But to write a story cohesively over weeks of television, no. He's got nobody in his camp that knows how to do that. Triple M with a 5. Jesse, I'll need to practice the dupe. But if you want to run and Farm first encountered this weekend, let me know. JD, after our dungeon run, I got Icebreaker with my boys. Of course you did.
We were talking about doing a few rounds tonight, man. It don't look that hard to do, but since you can't really mess it up, because if you mess it up, you don't dunk the ball. You just keep trying, and there's no time limit. So,
Francis with a 10. You guys going to watch Rampage Friday? Bennett and Taven versus Gates of Agony versus Shane Taylor Promotions in a triple threat tag team match. Shane Taylor and Bishop Connor are great promo guys. Francis, thank you for the super chats, bro. No, we're not watching Rampage. You sound like an excited young fan. No, thank you, bro. We don't watch Rampage here.
Good for you. That's so cute.
Yeah. Ali with a 199. Thank God I missed Dynamite tonight. Yeah, you didn't miss anything. Unless you wanted to laugh, go back and rewatch it. Wolf Dragon Monster Den with a 2. AEW was supposed to be for the fans. That is gone. Yes, it is. The Abyss with a 499. TK is pulling a Vince petty power move by hiding the only Ring of Honor person we want, and that is Athena. Yep. And Apex with a 199. Punk and Cody were right. Shocking. Yeah, Punk looks like a fucking genius. Jesse, we're about to get out of here, man. Any parting words for the great OTS audience here on YouTube and on Twitch?
Although I am not on board with torturing myself to watch Rampage, I will lightly torture myself and watch Collision. I'll also be doing a live stream on Thursday, so follow me, hit the alerts button, and find out when I upload. And to be honest, I'm not sure how I'm going to cover Collision, whether it be a watch along or review. I will let you guys know, so stay posted to this.
There you go, guys. We appreciate you very much, man. What a great stream. And there was a lot of great discussion coming out of this, as always, as there is every Wednesday. So if you don't like it, tough shit. If you don't like that we're a little too upfront and honest and real about what's going on, tough shit, man. And if you're in AEW watching us right now and you don't agree, we don't give a shit.
Bye, guys.
We don't, yeah, bye, guys. Yeah, we don't give a shit. Try to somebody else. That's what you got the fucking positive podcasters for. You want a real fucking duo that's going to call it like it is and not blow smoke up your ass. This is who you got. Sorry. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Follow me on social media. Follow Jesse on social media. At JD from NY206. At Chi-Town Smark. That's on X. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below for everything here and on YouTube for Jesse. Shout out to my Twitch guys. You guys killed it over there, man. I would love to see more of that every night. Thank you guys very much for a great night on Twitch. We hit 1,000 likes. We're actually at 1,100 likes. You guys killed it. You guys killed it in super chats. A couple of new members tonight. A couple of recommitments to the VIP club. You guys are great. Next time you see me, it's Friday for sure with SmackDown, live from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. And I will keep you guys posted on the State of AEW podcast, which I don't know what we're going to talk about outside of what we've already talked about here. I mean, all you got to do is look at the last 2 weeks of television and see where the fucking problems are, honestly. But I will keep you guys posted on that. That should be coming hopefully tomorrow, but if not, I will let you guys know when that's going down. Until then, guys, continue to hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about tonight's show, even if it's just an emoji. Leave me a shit emoji if you fucking hated the show. Goes a long way. Thank you guys for a great stream. I will see you back here definitely Friday for the SmackDown post show from Barclays Center right here on OTS. I'll see you guys later.